What's up, everybody? Tonight, 796 Studio stops by. We're going to talk about building and how he invokes the dark arts in his cuts. And we'll look at some of our favorite shots from the week and talk about what we want for Christmas. There's so much going on. Let's just cue the intro. What is up, toy community? It is Wednesday, my dudes. I hope everybody's having a good day. I am Jshot. Jay's hot if you're spinning more than a dreidel tonight. That was one of two jokes that I wrote tonight, and neither one of them was going to go over well, so we're doing it that way. And, of course, with me is the man with the fancy cam, Matchutoy. How you doing, Matchu?
I'm doing good. You doing good? I did not queue up the pictures yet, but I'll work on that somehow.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
As you can see, I don't have a dreidel.
You don't have a dreidel. You have a Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
You're also wearing an Enablers hat, which I really thought we weren't going to choose sides. But sure, whatever.
Oh.
I mean, but our guest tonight plays for both teams, so we might as well just bring him in. Sides have been
Hello,
chosen.
boys.
Hello.
Oh,
what's up?
What's going on, Mario?
Oh, actually, you know what? Let me just, Matchu, I realized that you're like panning in and out like while you're talking. So the whole stream, I'm just going to be doing this.
Oh, so it's not like yesterday where you're like this on the microphone?
No. We're going to go slow and steady, baby.
We're not even 2 minutes into the show. We've already gone unhinged. So,
I didn't
all
even
right.
have a drink.
What?
Who
Go
needs
get a drink.
Okay, hold on.
Stop
Go
moving your
get a drink.
camera.
Yeah.
Freaking me out. Showing off.
Will it pan while he's just there? Will it just keep going?
It's going to go
Just
into
get
the
it.
shelf. We get it.
It's like Robin Hood Men in Tights, where the camera just keeps going into it and then it shatters the glass. That's a really random reference. I don't know if anybody's gonna get that, but all right, cool. He's back. All right, so I don't know. We're winging this one, but it's another Wednesday. Mario, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know you're a busy man, bouncing on a bunch of different streams. So so many streams. How do you have time for anything else?
I don't. I really don't. I just
I
I decided the compromise was going to be just don't sleep. I don't need sleep, so I'll hop on streams and then I'll build at night. Occasionally I'll feed the kids. It's it's a fun time.
Hey, Rex Manning says there are 24 usable hours in every day, so that's another really random movie reference that I'll give away if anybody gets that reference.
What are you gonna give away?
I don't know. I'll give something away, but I'll give something away.
So Mario, you said you build at night. So is that like the late night in between the builds
show
that you guys are talking about?
Oh, that's right. We're supposed to fight. So Mario.
Are your lawyers watching this right now?
Should we give them a call?
Yeah, Tenno Toys. That's our lawyer. She's watching. So.
No. In between the build is going to be a spin-off show of the build. We might get sued by another podcast, but we'll see what happens. We'll just roll that dice, baby.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we'll take we can be bought. Let's just say that we'll take royalties. The vowel at the end of my name allows me to be bribed. So that's what I go with a lot. But Bearded Builds is already here and already hit us with the hashtag unhinged crew, as well as the old shenanigan. So thanks again.
Shenanigananas,
baby. He doesn't know how to spell.
Mario plugged his own show. That's great. Appreciate that. Of course, our lawyers are here. And this is a new one. This is Frankie. This is actually my cousin who is all the way in New Zealand. So,
wow. Is this
just
the cousin you told me about?
I mean, that depends on what we were talking about, but probably, yeah, he's super talented designer. Yeah, that one.
That he met one of the
animator
director.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He's yes. So, thank you, Frankie, for watching.
Hi, Frankie.
Who else we got? Bearded. Oh, Henrock just joined.
Hey, what up, Henrock?
What's up, Henrock? Henrock having an amazing run. Just putting out hits after hits here. So thank you all. Tenno says no dreidel. I'll fix that. So And Yoko says she's got to follow Bearded around to correct his spelling of she. Go.
Such a rhombus.
There you go. So, but all right. So yeah, I mean, Mario, you talked about your show between two bills.
Wait, how many builds are you on right now?
Coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon.
Let's see. So I'm on obviously enablers. That's one. Chat Migos.
Not shows. How many builds are you working on?
So I'm on the enablers first Thursday of every month. I'm on Chat Migos.
Are we ending
builds
the
am I
show?
on?
Yeah.
How many builds? What are you working on?
That's where my brain goes, dude. It's preoccupied with just this. I think I'm on 3 builds that are, and I say 3 because those are the ones that have paint on them, which are like close to being done. But dude, God, if you look at my shelf, I call it the shelf of shame because it's unfinished builds. There's probably like, I don't know, like at least 7 unfinished builds. It's just raw foam, but it's all, cut up and it's got the structure there. I don't know, man. Why are you asking? You make me feel like shit.
No, because like we've talked about this too, like, through DM or just, just message or even calling you. Sometimes you call me. I can't finish builds either. So like, dude, I was working on those pillars that that you inspired me on. I have not applied any paint yet. It's always moving on to the next stage that's hardest for me.
So I'm curious. Like, I think I figured it out. Actually, no, scratch that. I haven't figured out why. Because I'll get up like right to the finish point, and then for whatever reason, I will just stop. Like this, it's pretty much done. It just needs like the finer details, and I stop like this. Almost done, but I stop, and I have no idea why I stop. I don't know if it's because I lose interest. But why do you stop?
I think same thing. I think I tell Jshot, I think I have ADHD.
You think?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I read a thing today that said neurodivergent people, like people with ADHD, travel in packs. So welcome everybody. Welcome everybody.
Are you changing the name of the show?
Yeah. We're changing the show. We're changing the name of the show to Squirrel.
Shiny.
Oh, also, Yoko's got some work to do because Matchu, you just put up this one here. Mario's working on like 40 builds right now, but just before that, Bearded Builds put up. Mario is one like 40 builds. So either Bearded is really unhinged, or Yoko, you gotta really get on him for his spelling.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Mario's one of 40 builds.
Mario won like 40 builds.
So this is where I left off.
Damn, that looks good, dude. Nice. I think what happens when I'm building, right, and it gets closer to the end, the finish line. I think I get inspired. Like maybe I might have like a new idea, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to run with it. Because usually, like towards the end, maybe you're hitting that flow state, and I mean, inspiration is not something that it's not a resource that you can cultivate, right? Like you just have to take advantage of it when it appears. So if I have an idea for something new, no matter what I'm working on, I'm going to drop the current build and then start working on that one, which I think is the reason why I have so many unfinished builds.
Sorry, Bearded, you're on your own. Oh, I gotta say though, the work that you guys are doing, even like halfway through being finished, right, is pretty inspirational. I mean, shit, you guys. So here we go. You guys get that far. I mean, here's where I am with my first one. So I bought it. It's been in the package for 3 weeks. So that's, first time I am. I just got that for snow. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, man. That's the first step. So
I got one. I
you.
bought one. So we'll get there.
Speaking of dioramas,
yeah, dioramas and diorama accessories. Go Figure Go is here. So if you haven't checked out his work, go do that. So you know, Barry, you said you're bouncing project to project. What's the newest one you're on then? You got Columns. You're almost done with that street scene.
The latest one. So my this is an interesting story. And I don't know if he's gonna watch it. My boy Tony. Sorry, man. I'm gonna throw you under the bus. Anyways, so I like an idiot, I threw up a story. I was like, yo, if somebody can find me this ultra rare B25 3-pack, I will build you a diorama. I will commission this for free. And this B25 stuff came out like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So it's pretty rare. And I've been searching eBay, right? And I hadn't found anything. And just coincidentally enough, a listing popped up that day. And he's like, oh, were you looking for this? I'm like, shit, yeah, that's it. Right. And then the next response I got from him was shipping information, just a tracking number. Damn. And I'm like, dang it, now I gotta build something for him, because I don't do commissions and I don't like building shit for other people just because I can't work under that pressure. I mean, I can, I don't prefer it. But he's been wanting a diorama for a while, so it feels good to kind of like finally hook him up. So it's going to be what I'm calling a retrofit building. So the first floor is going to be like your traditional, maybe like brick and mortar type of construction, and it's going to be retrofitted for a cyberpunk type universe, meaning the second floor is going to be all like futuristic, and there's going to be bracing on the first floor. So the first floor is all brick, and I don't want to give away too much, but then there's going to be additional bracing, and then the second floor is going to be kind of like, I guess, the centerpiece, which with like cyberpunk panels and windows and maybe some LEDs, but I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. Right. So, but yeah, that is the latest build. And what's interesting is, so I for every build I try to do something new, right? And can I swear? Yeah, right. I can swear.
I just did. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me just say this, just so nobody gets the wrong idea. I fucking hate bricks.
Whoa! You can't say that word. I thought no, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Let me say that. I fucking hate bricks, dude. I hate bricks so much. And so the bottom floor is going to be, sidewall, and then the main wall. So I was carving out some bricks in a big velocity, right? So it's this pen where the ink, if you scribe it, the ink will actually melt the foam. So it had like, it'll recess in there, but it leaves ink, right? And so the first floor is going to be like white, right? Mainly like a white paint. And I knew going into it, like the paint or the ink would be reactivated by the paint and it would just seep through, right? So I failed on that. I fucked it up, and I had to put like maybe 4 or 5 layers of not only paint, but like plaster, right? So the main wall, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to make that same mistake. So I had to like hand carve individual. Machu, I sent you the picture, and it's like a 12 by 10 sheet of brick, and there's probably like, I don't know, maybe 800 bricks, each individual brick hand carved. So I cannot wait to get rid of this goddamn dio.
Where's it going?
That's all I got to say about that.
Well, how far along are you on it? You're like almost done, or
no, not at all. I think
okay.
So it kind of works in stages. I think what takes the longest is like getting the idea, right? Like I could sit on my couch for fucking weeks and be like, what am I going to make? What am I going to make? And then once I have the idea, it's kind of just muscle memory. You just run with it and just start building. I think that front wall is probably going to be the most time consuming piece, just because it's a lot of individual bricks that you have to carve. But I think maybe I'm like halfway done, because the second floor should be just pretty easy construction. It's just going to be panel lines. And then depending on how crazy I want to get with like the paint, like that could probably take another 2 weeks. So it'll probably be like a month out before I get this done.
Okay.
But
So before
yeah,
you ship it out, I was gonna say before you ship it out, I feel like we should have you on, show it off.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I'm down.
okay.
Yeah, it'll probably be like 3-4 weeks before it's like fully done, and
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty big. It's 1/12 scale. It's so it's 2 floors. The floors are actually modular, so he could take off the first floor, and if he just wanted to shoot that or the second floor. But yeah, I wouldn't mind coming back on and showing it off.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. So how did you? I mean, like let's go back a little bit, man. How did you get into building?
Oh, I've told this story a dozen times. Back in, I think, late 2017, I think it was either my son's birthday or Christmas, right? My son's birthday is in November. Obviously, Christmas is in December, but I think it was my son's birthday. My brother had taken my son to Toys R Us, and this was back in the day, right? When we still had Toys R Us, and he had bought Mason 2 figures. It was SHF Goku and his Super Saiyan form, I think, like with the shirt like ripped off, and then he had bought Vegeta. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Why are you buying him these premium ass figures, right? And I hadn't started 796 yet. And I mean, I've been a collector my whole life, but I was kind of out of it, maybe like casually collecting. So Mason got those figures, and then he asked me, he's like, hey, can you buy me like a play set or something for these figures? Yeah, that looks good.
Was it this one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does Mason still have his, or did you steal it? What did you do? Did you steal it, Matchu? Did you take it from him? What'd you do? Oh, all right.
I still got it. Well, that's the reason why I'm a SHF Dragon Ball completionist, because that's what started this whole journey. And it sucks because it's like, dude, they're killing it, and they're like making, they're announcing new figures like it seems like every fucking quarter. So but yeah, he wanted a playset for his figures, and obviously there was nothing that was out there. But I was searching eBay, and I saw like dioramas and shit, and I'm like, oh, what is this, right? So naturally I went to YouTube. I started looking at like tutorials, and I'm like, I think I can make this. So one weekend we go to Home Depot, buy some foam, go to Michael's, buy some paint. I whip some shit up, and he loved it, and I enjoyed that process. But I think what really started it was I was curious to see what it would do on eBay. So I put it up on eBay, and I was thinking maybe I'd get like, $40-50. The shit sold at like $220. And I'm like, holy crap, there's a market here. And this is something that I could do for like, extra cash, or like, now the toys kind of pay for themselves, or the dioramas pay for the toys, right? But back then, I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was trying to just make some extra money and shit. But that's, kind of what started the whole building aspect. And then, I created an Instagram, 796 Studios, because I wanted to showcase the dioramas. But then, just naturally, browsing Instagram, you find, communities, right? Like ACBA and, all this other shit. And I got sucked in. I got sucked into like the photography aspect. I found Lawless Studios. Jay Hernandez found me. And then the rest of the shit is history, man. It just kind of blew up from there.
And then you got into flight stands too.
Yeah. So the flight stands was, I think at that point, I was really like, the dioramas they kind of took like a back seat, right? And I was more interested in the photography aspect, because the shit was just amazing, right? Like some of the shit that these photographers do is just mind-blowing, even to this day, right? And I got into it, and of course, you need your I think, Matchu, you and I talked about it, your toy photographer starter kit, right? You need like your fucking fog machine, you need your flight stands, you need your fucking like
let me tell you this. I got a fog machine, I don't know how long ago. It's still sitting in the box. I still use those cans.
Yo, let me buy that shit, dude. Let me buy it.
Maybe. I still have to send you that nunchuck that you accidentally sent me.
No, I got it. You sent it back to me.
Did I? Oh,
yes,
right.
You did. I got to send you shit. That's what that was. But yeah, so I remember I needed flight stands, right? Because I was like studying, and that's what I do. I just if I see something and I get obsessed and I study, I'm like, how do I recreate this, right? And
Right.
one of the main tools in toy photography was flight stands, right? Especially for like tangible photography. And ACBA had been sold out for like the longest time. Of course, naturally, I go on fucking YouTube. I'm like, how do I make this? And there were a couple like tutorials. I'm like, oh shit, all right, cool. But it was like, kind of crude. They had like coat hangers and shit. They had the disclaimer like, oh, you'd probably scratch up your figure. And I'm like, you're absolutely going to scratch up your figure, because that looks like shit. And then I remember I went to Home Depot just doing what I do. And I picked out 2 different materials. I tried different bends. I remember I had sent a batch of prototypes to Jay Hernandez, and I'm like, yo, try this shit out, see what works best for you. And with his help, I was able to refine, what is the 796 flight stand nowadays, right?
Mhm.
So, in that, I think that is what really catapulted 796 Studios, because he started plugging it. Obviously, it was in high demand, and people wanted that shit. And I think for a while, even though I didn't really like it, I think I was known as like the flight stand guy, which I wanted to be known as like, I don't know, fucking toy photography guy or like the diorama guy. But I
that's
am
how I
grateful
found
for
you.
that whole.
I found you
from the flight stand?
No, I found you through Jay and Darius, because I kept watching their videos and they kept mentioning your name. So then I just looked you up on
Okay.
Instagram, and then here we are.
Yeah. Enabling each other every goddamn day.
Every day.
Although Matchu wants to do like a a dry January for buying figs, where like we just go through like, no, we don't buy anything in January.
Well, it's not. No. I never said that.
Oh, sorry. We're not doing that. Oh, okay.
No. I think you were thinking that. What I said
Maybe.
was I want to buy less and create more.
Okay.
For 2023.
All right.
I'm not gonna instantly jump on pre-orders.
That's
And
fair.
I don't have to buy waves. I learned my lesson through Dorkside. Yeah.
I feel like everybody says that shit in like December, like mid to late December.
I never said that last year because I was like into buying everything.
You were like all in? Like I'm gonna 2022,
yeah.
I'm gonna spend everything.
Well, 2021 was like pre-order everything, right? And I'm like, I'm just gonna keep it rolling. Just kidding.
You're not immediately gonna jump into pre-orders. You're not gonna jump on the amazing fantasy body of what's his name there?
What?
Did you see the Franklin? Did you see that? They even like showed his arm and it has the holes in it.
Yeah, I don't.
From the Amazing Fantasy.
I have no attachment to that character.
Right.
So
yeah.
I have like all Spider-Mans.
Your Spider-Mans? Yeah, you need another one. Bearded is only buying what Mario is selling.
That's a lot though.
Hey, you know what, Bearded? I decided I'm gonna sell that. I'm gonna part ways with that Solomon figure, that damn toys. So I'll hit you up, baby.
There you go. All right, Mario, Matchu and I get 10% of that sale. That's our commission. We'll split it 5%. Yeah. So
the price just went up $50. So.
It just went up.
I was almost a spit take.
Yes, that's the goal. I gotta get one of yours. All right, so you talked about how you get started in building, but I mean, you've also done like these pretty epic pose offs, right? So what do you find more joy in?
You know what? That is 2020 I think was probably the most fun I had with 796. So I started 796 late 2017. What's up, RG? And then I took a break for like almost a year in 2019, right? I just had to, sort some shit out, but it wasn't lost because that's when I got into cinematography and like videography and all that shit. And that's why I really like you guys, because I think you're the only two in the fucking community that has the same obsession for like gear and like not even that, but like the standards, right? It's like, well, let me ask you this. Matchu, I know your answer, dude, and you got to work on that shit. But Jshot, let me ask you this: what's your preferred frame rate?
My preferred frame rate? Oh, if I'm so this is gonna be a tough question, right? Because if I'm shooting for work, I'm shooting 23.98, right?
Okay,
right. So if I'm shooting for work, I'm shooting 23.98. But I mean, if we're gonna shoot something strictly for web, right? I'm gonna shoot 29.97.
So 24p for you for work, but if you want to go into web, goddamn with the fucking slow zoom in, Machu. Jeez. So you're between 24 and 30. Okay, that's acceptable. I think Machu, you're at 30, right? 30p.
Mostly 30, just because it's like on YouTube and
it's a standard. Yeah, I get that. I'm a big 24p snob, but I'm so happy that both of y'all didn't say 60p. I hate.
Oh, who's shooting 60p?
I think Kevin shoots 60p.
2017 version.
Shout out to Toying Around 60p.
The 60p Baron butter or butter Baron.
But yeah, no. Going back to the question, 2020 is when I came back, and I do remember when the pose session kind of kicked off. I had gotten I think it was the Amazing Yamaguchi Deku, right? And I'm like, dude, this thing poses like a dream. And we were all locked in, couldn't do shit. We're all craving that human contact. And prior to that, I was going out a lot. I was going out to the bars like almost every fucking day. It was probably a good thing the pandemic happened. Otherwise, I don't know what would happen. But so I threw it up there, and I'm like, yo, anybody want to get down on these pose sessions? And it just kind of took off. Sharif was really big into the pose sessions. And we hit it off. A whole bunch of other dudes were in it. Greg was in there. Old Shatterhands was hopping in. And it was this kind of, it's like I pass it to you, you do something, you pass it back type of deal. And that shit was fun. And it also like made you get creative with your type of poses and the effects. And it was all about the figure. It wasn't about like setting up the shot, getting the lighting. It was about how can I nail this pose? How can I nail some effects? And mainly, how can I just fucking have fun with my figures? It was always like, just play with your toys, that kind of stopped this past year. I want to bring it back, but yeah, the pose session was definitely something fun. And I felt like it brought us all a little bit closer, especially during those times.
Oh yeah. I was hitting you up because of that, because after seeing what you were doing, that's when it clicked to me, because I got into toy photography because I was getting more into cinematography also, but I wanted to work on my lighting. Right.
Yeah.
So then when I saw what you were doing, I was like, wait a second, I'm doing this for work. I'm doing cinematography for work. If I just combine the two, figures, and yeah, so you inspired me in that. That's mainly why I wanted to get you on here too.
Yeah, and then you did that one pose session with Cap, and they got like 1 million views, and I'm like, go fuck yourself, dude.
My favorite part of that story though was the somebody put it up on TikTok. Oh. And you tried to be like, hey man, this is mine, take it down, and somebody like all these people defended this other guy.
No. So what happened?
Like
was,
you kept telling me
you kept
to the
telling
point where it made
TikTok.
me question if Machu actually shot it, because everybody was defending this other guy who posted it.
This is all green screen.
Yeah, it's all green screen.
Yo, you can't catch a break, Machu.
Yeah, no.
Oh man, we got to bring it back though. The post session shit is fun, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We'll bring it back.
You brought it into the Discord. I remember that.
Yeah, so there's actually a good story behind that. So when we just launched the Discord, go participate in the Enablers Discord. This shit is fun, especially the Waifu for Laifu channel.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, we want to talk about that.
Oh, we will. Well, that's
okay. All right, cool.
That's hour two.
Right.
Yeah. So there was a dedicated channel for like toy photography, right? But I realize a lot of us aren't. We're not like fucking Trevors of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like we just want to pose our toys. Maybe we think we like nailed a pose or something like that. So that was kind of like a chilled, laid back, pose session channel where it's like, yo, you're playing with your toys. Let's see this shit. Throw up a pose, get it. You don't need to nail the background, dude. All my pose session photos are me in my kitchen. Like, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're having fun.
Yeah, Dad Toys does that too, and he's really like. I've always complimented him on his lighting. His lighting's are super clean, and he's like, "I'll let you know the secret. It's just me and I'm just me in my kitchen and my iPhone." And I was like, "Damn, he's got it figured out."
Yeah.
So, but it's his posing that gets him noticed too.
Yeah, he's got good lighting in his kitchen too.
Yeah.
Every time he posts something with coffee,
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
You know what? I am fortunate. I have really good lighting in my kitchen too. So,
dear.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so we got a question. So Frankie asked, "What kind of lenses are you guys using for toy photography?" It's a solid question.
It's a great question, actually.
Who wants to start?
I mean,
you guys.
I hold on. Let me look. I only have one that I really use. It's the 24 to. What was it? No, it's 24 to 105.
What camera are you shooting on?
5D Mark IV.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. It's like it's like your starter camera. So
yeah, no, dude, there's nothing. Wait until you get to me. All right, Matchu, you're
all right.
I'm using a 24 to 70, a Canon lens.
You guys do what camera are you shooting on?
My Lumix.
Oh, so you have an adapter then?
Yeah. What is it?
Is it Metabones?
Yeah, Metabones speed booster.
Why do you guys choose that lens? Like, is it just because what you had, or?
I get all my stuff from work, so I just take whatever they give me. So
okay,
yeah.
Okay. So I have two. Well, I have like 5 cameras, but I have 2 main drivers. I have my A7 III, which I'm streaming on right now. I have my ZV-1, which is just a fucking impulse buy that I bought because of Kevin, and I felt the need to give him some points.
I'm there too.
ZV-1 is actually a good all-around camera, right? I don't think I'd use it for my photography, but for all my toy photos, dude, I still shoot on this like super entry-level dated Canon SL2. Do you guys remember that shit?
Yeah.
It is an APC, just fucking entry-level like Rebel. You know what I'm saying? But so I started off shooting with the Nifty 50, which I think everybody does.
Yeah.
But then I did upgrade to a 60 millimeter macro, which game changer. I tried a 90 millimeter macro.
It's too much.
Well, I do like the compression. However, I don't have enough space in my, fucking area to like
I have
go
100 millimeter.
yards. I do want to. I want to try it again because I feel like my skills have been kind of improved a little bit better. Like I know what to do, but I do like the compression on the longer focal lengths. But the 60 millimeter lens and like the SL2 is like really shitty in low light. I mean, I've taken some photos with my A7 III and a 40 millimeter macro Zeiss Batis, but for whatever reason, I feel like I get more. It's hard to describe. There's a different vibe when shooting with the 60 millimeter macro on the SL2, right? And the color science is different between Canon and Sony for sure.
Yep.
But it is a little bit tough to shoot at that focal length, that fixed lens. But you work around it and shit. You just gotta fucking give yourself some distance.
Archie says he uses his iPhone. I mean, the best
There's
camera.
nothing wrong. Yeah.
The best camera that you have is the one that's on you, right? Like I'm not gonna carry this camera on me all the time.
Yeah.
I've used one of my best photos that I have is of like the black suit Spidey on like a white backdrop with my phone.
Yeah.
Got 7,000 likes, and I was just like, what the hell?
I remember getting texts from that.
I was mad.
You were so mad about that. But yeah, RG, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the iPhones now, right? I mean, they're shooting 4K, especially if you're shooting video. Yeah, dude, you were so. I remember here I am, and like I am pretty new to this, right? I mean, like all of this. So my photo gets like 30 likes, and I'm thrilled, right? Like I hit 200, with that turtle shot, and I'm like over the moon. And Matchu's messaging me, and he's like, can't believe this. My photos get 7,000 likes. This is ridiculous. I didn't take any time with this shot, and I'm like.
But it's the fact that I didn't take any time, and it's like if for that one of the last shots I did with like the whole Peter B and Miles and Gwen in that bedroom scene, I was messaging you both, right?
Yeah.
I was showing you the shots. I even hit up Mario, and Mario was like, "Yo, you need to fix your lighting on that." And I really I dialed in on that. And then I posted that. That took me a while.
It's a beautiful shot. Yeah.
But like you take a picture of a figure on your desk and then boom. I'm not gonna blame like Instagram or the algorithm. It's the mentality.
I think there's a theory behind that though. I think I think, so think about the audience, right? Think about the mass amount of likes that you're getting. It's probably from people that aren't into this community, right? So they see something. If it's like, like a Trevor shot or an Iwatu shot, they're like, oh, fuck, this looks crazy. This is some CG shit, right?
Right.
But if they see something like in a hand or on a desk,
there's
and
a frame of reference.
yeah, exactly. That they have a reference point. That's why all you see these like successful like dial builders, every fucking thumbnail is them with the diorama and then a paintbrush or their hand, right? It's a sense of scale. And I think that's what's triggering something in their brains, and they're like, oh fuck, this is a toy. This looks cool. I've never seen this shit before. Right?
Yeah.
And that shit happens. That whole dialogue between yourself and your fingers happens in like fucking a fraction of a second, right? So it kind of makes sense why like the well thought out, the crispy lighting, like the moody lighting, all that shit does underperforms versus like, oh, here's a fucking figure on my desk, right? Or here's a figure on the hood of my car or some bullshit like that,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about this too, right? The hand pick is just more relatable. But what was the Matchu? You found something that was like actually sciency, right? That was like when it gets too real, your like fight or flight actually kicks in, and you're just like you're not okay with it. It makes you uncomfortable.
Can I think of it?
So in actuality,
the Uncanny Valley.
The Uncanny Valley. That's it, right? So just talking about how the robots and intelligence gets too real and it freaks you out. Somehow we became the super smart science show now all of a sudden. But hey, anyway,
dude, I think that's why. I think that's why you see some like product photography, and you have so many critiques. You're like, oh, look at this shit. I could do better, or I can make this more realistic. I think, the people that are calling the shots, that give the approval for that product photography for toys are like, this shit looks too real. We need it to look like a toy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it needs to look, because at the as much as we all like to think we're the target market for this stuff, at the end of the day, that Franklin figure is going to some kid, I guess. I don't know. Do kids really care about Franklin? I don't know.
No, I think that's more for comic book. Comic readers. But also,
I don't know.
I think I lost my train of thought. I think I was gonna say
that quick. I'm rubbing off on you, bro.
Dude.
He started it and was like,
yo, and then I got cut off for a second.
For a split second. Split second. Can't even blame me for going that long.
It's the Uncanny Valley. That's what I did.
Oh.
Fraction of a second. It just whoop.
So I don't imagine you said this to me that you were like, not to knock Hasbro, but you were pretty disappointed in their last reveal of the year. And then I feel like NECA dropped their Ninja Turtles reveals, and we were just like, oh, okay, yeah, take all my money, But it's frustrating because what is like a Legends figure now is up to what, $27 at this point.
I think 30.
So
right?
Is it at 30? And then like you're getting one of those like ultimate NECA figures, right? You're like the ultimate Casey Jones or whatever, comes in at $35. Like, I don't know. That feels like.
But you also have to remember that Hasbro is just cranking shit out.
But is that the move, right? Would you rather Hasbro? So okay, so then here we'll pose this question: would you rather Hasbro takes more time with figures, makes them more unique, and raises the price and does less of a release? Yeah,
raise the price.
Yeah. Again? So like if Hasbro goes to NECA level,
okay,
right, and does maybe 10 to 20 drops a year, but the price is $35, are you more inclined to buy a Legends figure than just kind of the repaint bodies of because I guess the Amazing Fantasy now is going to be that buck.
It's a good buck, but like if they're just going to keep reusing it, it's going to lose its luster.
That's what I'm saying. So like if they went to that level where, I'm just grabbing what's close to me, right? So like, you're not reusing this freaking buck, right? Like this is you're not reusing this buck.
No, they reused something else. The cartoon version of that figure, they used it for another. Slash.
No, Slash was reused on the animated.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So
there is
even that. But I don't know.
I mean, it depends on the quality, right? It ultimately depends on what they produce.
Yeah.
How many Spider-Man figures? More than 10 came out this year.
You have more. You had so many Spider-Man figures. Mary, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's weird though, right? I think it's a different type of audience, right? I think these people that buy these figures are like maybe a little too connected to the characters or the property, which kind of shapes their expectations, right? Like everyone's going to be like bitching about like the price and stuff, right? And they do want to see maybe like unique sculpts or maybe a little more thought put into a figure. I guess that's really what it translates to, right? It's a fucking company though, and they have to remold or get reuse out of those molds, right? I've looked into like tooling and molding, right, for like a possibility of like a Rude Boy like mass produced figure, and its shit is fucking expensive, right? Now if you look, so let's take another property like or a company called Toys Alliance, Ass and Rain. Every single one of their figures, it is a reuse repaint, right? And the shit costs $60 per figure, and they fly off the shelves, right? Exactly, dude. Exactly. Like this, dude. This one right here. This was a legit a repaint. This is $130 for these two figures, and it's a repaint of a set of $80, right? But they fly off the shelves. And I don't. What did you get? So, yeah, exactly, dude. This is this set, but this is the special edition one.
Oh, you got. Oh, okay. So
Well,
it's basically repaint.
I won this on an auction though. I would never fucking pay $130.
I didn't pay that much for that.
No, you didn't, because I think MSRP on yours is $80, but this $130. It's the same goddamn figure, but I wanted it. But I wanted it on auction for $99.75 shipped, which is great. However, but like it's doing the same thing as Hasbro is doing, but for whatever reason, I'm cooler with this, and I can accept this more than like Hasbro doing it. And the only conclusion I can come to is like these people are too connected to like the properties or the characters where they want to see like unique shit for like I don't know, Franklin or whatever, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. So RT just chimed in. Yeah, a steel mold. Oh, yeah, a steel mold could roughly cost 90 to 110K, and I get it. You know, I like.
Yeah,
like said,
that's just the tool.
They're a business. I get it that they gotta. You know, but I mean, like in my eyes, and this is honestly where I started to like fall off a little bit from Marvel Legends. You released that Speedball figure, right? And I thought it was a cool figure. He comes with nothing, like like he doesn't even come with extra hands. Like that.
I heard though
that feels insulting.
But it depends on who else is in the wave, right? They'll go all like there's a budget, so. Like say like that, I think Thor was in that wave. That was all brand new. That Thor figure.
Okay.
But like
what
Mario, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. No, I get it. So you're saying that's a wave of 6 figures, right? So if you had a budget of like $1,000 a figure to figure it out, and Thor a figure to figure it out, if Thor cost you technically $1,500 to make.
Right.
Then somebody's got to get scraped. I get that.
Yeah. Right. And then the movie figures are always like, unless it's like a Captain America where they just repaint it or something.
Sure.
Right.
It's all brand new.
I think that plays into the theory, right? So it's like, okay, they were going to invest a ton of money into that Thor. It's going to be a new buck, whatever, right? So this is going to cost the majority of the budget, right? We're going to have to fucking sacrifice somebody, you know, and it's going to be like, I don't know, maybe like a lesser popular character. However, because of the connection with the fans, there's some diehards for that fucking, I don't know, Cannonball figure or whatever. And they're gonna bitch about it, right? And Marvel Legends is so popular, it hits everybody. You're gonna hear complaints.
Sure.
For like even the most obscure character. I will say, like Marvel Legends obviously is like it's the gateway figure to like this shit. I started this shit with like the return of Marvel Legends. I remember going out hunting for Marvel Universe figures. I fucking killed an old lady for an Archangel. No, I didn't. I didn't. However,
she wasn't old.
Who's that knocking on the door?
But I do remember like hunting every morning and like fighting like a bunch of nerds just to get some figures, and that's what got me into this. And I will say this: their sculpts, their paints have significantly improved. Now I don't know if it warrants the price hike, right?
Yeah.
For a $30 figure, and you got to factor in like fucking inflation and shit. But I will say this: Marvel Legends, for what they are, dude, they look fucking great. Like the sculpts, the paints, they're pretty damn good, you know.
I think
I don't even collect Legends anymore.
I think this is a disclaimer we're going to have on our show every time now. It's just going to have Go Figure Go saying no old ladies were harmed while collecting. So
she had it coming.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. She had a good, and she was old, like you said. She had a good life. I'm sure
she lived a good life.
This Cyclops figure is. I just got this week.
Is that the VHS?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
And like they didn't put too much cell shading on it. It's not as noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can hide it, but like it's one of my favorite figures right now. It might actually creep back into. I should actually message Customs by Matchu because I'm supposed to go on his stream and ask him to change it and add him back into my top 5. Who would I take out?
Yeah, what would you change?
You might have to tune in to that.
Stream.
Oh, I don't got time for that shit.
I'll text you. Oh, how many? So you did your top 5. How many Spider-Man in your top 5?
There was almost 3.
Oh wow,
what a waste.
I can't give it away.
So many Spider-Man figures this year. So all right, so this went off the rails and not in the way that I thought it would, but this is this is great. I love that we're having this conversation. So talking about the like other figures, right? I mean, like, so you got companies, like Plunderlings, right? Guys that make these toys, so they're finding ways to to make their own stuff. And even something like what is it? Furai? Is that what it is?
Yeah, you guys got to switch your camp. You got to switch the orientation though before you get into that segment. There you go.
So yeah, who did the bootleg Ninja Turtles? Machu's not picking up on my hints.
Do you got that, Machu?
I did. I'm just sorting my stuff out.
You're sorting your stuff out.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is awesome.
It does look pretty cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Jshot, for picking this up for me.
Yeah, of course. Let me see that. Pass it off. Oh yeah, he does look pretty cool. He's pretty dope. I like the accessories he comes with. He's got his typical. Somebody was calling him not a Leo. I think that's a good. I think it's plastic.
Not a Leo.
Plastic Addict was calling him not a Leo. Yeah. So he comes with his his ciphers there and his swords. I do wish this was a little So
I'm upset. I missed that goddamn.
Oh, you missed it?
Yeah.
Oh, here. Check it out. Here.
Oh. Wow.
There you go.
Damn. I should have bought it, dude. God.
He's pretty dope.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Oh, let me give you solo screen.
Yeah.
He looks good, dude.
I like him.
I wonder
if he's small.
Yeah. So here, just to give you guys so this is a 118 acid rain figure, and he's pretty much right there. So, but for whatever reason, the scale doesn't bug me.
It doesn't really bother me.
It bothered me before I got it in my hands. I'll say that.
Did it really?
Yeah, I like before I got it, I was like, oh man, because like I first saw it, I was like, everybody's like, oh, it's so small, and I was like, that sucks. And then then it came back online real quick, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. So yeah.
I think I'm all right. I'm gonna try and get him. Whose is this? Is this yours?
It's Machu's. Yeah, you can make some Machu. So yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Chamba,
all right.
What are you talking about, Chamba? That was pure magic right there. What are you talking about? Staged. Come on, man.
All right. I'm gonna try and get that. I did see the Donatello though. The Autumn.
Autumn
with a shotgun or something.
Yeah.
He has a shotgun? Why does he have a shotgun?
Because he does machines. I don't know.
But the only problem I have with that line is like, who would they fight against? And the only thing I can think of is like your mythic legions, like goblins or something,
Oh, that's a good call. That's a good call. And they released pictures of Splinter too, right, or whatever their version of Splinter is.
Yeah, I got this rat phobia though, so I don't need that
Do
Splinter. He looks so
Let's
good.
talk about that.
Let's not talk about that. It's gross. It's gross, dude. I'm in Chicago, man. We have a giant rat problem.
We're in New York.
Yeah, we have no rats in New York. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I think
rats
our
are all cool and shit. Your rats are on TikTok trending. My rats are just bugs.
I was gonna say I think the state bird of New York is pizza rat. So
Yeah, that thing looks good. I gotta get that, dude. That looks great.
How small is that Christmas tree, though? No, I'm kidding.
I'm just gonna put this on top of the Christmas gifts.
Just put it on top of it.
Yeah.
Bearded says they have a beaver problem here in Canada. That's
that doesn't sound like a problem to me, baby. And this is why you guys had me on before you were monetized. All right.
That's it. Yeah. Once we're monetized, that's it. So
I better get my licks in now.
Yeah. But get my licks in, beaver. Well done, Mario. Well done. I did almost get my vapor from Mezco stolen by a rat in the subway. I fought him off, but it was fine. So we all got it, Bearded. We all got it. Just put it out there.
Yeah, so subtle.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that. We've lost control. Oh God. So while Henrock here is accusing us of the dark arts, let's talk about your dark arts and these cuts that everybody talks about that you're invoking. So I know that Matchu tried to do it; it didn't come out as clean.
Oh, whoa!
Actually,
I said what I said.
I mean,
I've seen other people do it not as clean as yours, man. I want to know what's the secret?
You know what, Matchu? I will give you credit. Was that 2-inch foam or was that 1-inch foam?
This thing?
Yeah, 2-inch, right?
It's 1-inch foam that I put together. I did the hiding the seam technique that you told me about.
Oh, with the deli slices?
Uh-huh.
Look at you. All right, you're gonna get a call from my lawyers in a couple days. Nice, good on you, dude. Hell yeah, nice.
And then I messaged you about I think you talked about it on the build that somebody asked you how do you cut it in half, or so I was just like, do I just punch it? What do I do? So I just ended up just cutting it with the Proxon just to get that smooth cut. I'm not cutting a blade through that after I put it together.
So so here's the thing, right? There are 90% of my cuts are done with a Proxon, right? Dude, I'm a fucking surgeon with that Proxon. I have so many tools and add-ons for the Proxon, right? You still have to know how to use the blade, but the blade is never going to be perfect. In fact, it's always good. So if you try to cut a straight edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to be there. You're going to have it tilt one way or the other. And it's best, and that you heard it here, it's best to tilt it at an angle, right? So then when you run the edge on the Proxon will cut it flush.
Oh, okay. So you
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So always try to tilt the blade inwards a little bit, right? Because the top cut is going to be it's going to be squared up to whatever you're using, a ruler or T-square or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then just take that. So obviously give yourself a little bit of extra room, 1/4 inch or whatever, and then run that edge along the Proxon. And now you have a full square cut.
Okay.
So good on you, dude.
Thank you.
But yes, let's talk about my dark arts.
Yeah, let's talk about your dark arts. Yeah, that's right. We took a walk to get there, but we got there. So
we're there.
It works out. And Matchu, you know me, I'm just teasing you for comic effect. I haven't even started this shit, so it's good for you.
Hey, I've been trying to get you to do. We're supposed to do, instead of going to all these random toy shows.
You said it.
You got to do Arts and Crafts Day.
Arts and Crafts Day. That's it. They're coming.
Wait, what? What is this?
2023 Arts and Crafts Day.
I'll fly up.
Let's do it.
Yeah?
You tell me. Yeah.
I did it with Mike last year. I'll fucking fly up.
Let's do it. I love that.
Hell yeah.
I love that. Arts and Crafts Day.
We could charge people for this too. Have people make it a class, a master class.
Oh. Toy Rensu is here and he is late.
Late Oh wait, speaking of Toy Rensu, can you guys run? I got a Toy Rensu really quick.
All right,
give him the full screen.
Yeah, I'll be
give
right
you the
back.
full screen.
No, I'll be right back.
Oh, you got okay. All right, sorry. Oh,
we'll give him full screen.
Yeah, he's going dark for a second. So, wait. So go wants Mario to write it down. I don't know if he's his hands are kind of full right now. Go, he can't write anything down, but maybe when he gets back. All right. Well, you know what? While Mario's doing this, I just want to take a second to thank everybody for the support. The messages we've been getting, unbelievable. You know, we just kept talking about doing this crazy show, and you know, you guys are definitely the ones that are keeping it going. So appreciate all of you. Bearded, appreciate you guys showing up. I think Bearded said this was his favorite Wednesday show. Right. So I appreciate that. But Matchu, you got another show coming up, right?
Yeah, I gotta hop on Customs by Matchu's stream at 11. So,
and we've called that the Matchuverse.
The Matchuverse.
Right? So we're going into the Matchuverse.
That's where we list our top 5 figures. It was a hard list. There was a lot of figures that came in this week that like really messed that list around.
I was gonna say, how hard of a list could be? You said you had 3 Spider-Mans on that list.
I had 3. No, actually, honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, it was actually gonna be 5 Spider-Man figures.
No way.
It was, but I knocked them all. No. I knocked a lot of them out. With
Bearded, appreciate it. Appreciate the support.
Thanks, Bearded.
Can't say.
And the what was it? The honorable mention was gonna be another Spider-Man.
Oh my god! All right, so tease, give us a tease to make us want to go watch everything. Go watch over at Matchu. What was your number 5? I won't ask for your number 1. Obviously, that's the reason why everybody wants to go watch. But what was your number 5?
My number 5 was actually a pickup from Chubsies.
Oh, speaking of Chubsies, that was not planned. But Chubsy Wubsy, don't forget we still have our giveaway on Instagram going on right now. I think we're giving away a Super 7 Mum Ra. You could still enter. We'll be doing that giveaway live next week. So make sure you go check out our post. All right, so Matchu, I'm going to give you. Whoop. Somehow I just took Matchu out.
You took me out.
Matchu, I'm still learning how to do this.
You just click
Matchu,
on the
how do
corner.
I give you full screen?
You click on the corner.
There you go. All right, so this was your number 5?
I think it was, unless I knocked them out.
Should
a lot of things came in. Maybe I knocked it out. I don't know.
All right.
He might be an honorable mention. I don't know. He's on the list somewhere.
Go says, can we get an honorable mention? We think this one's it. So and this is.
I could have just said Spider-Man.
You could have just said Spider-Man easily. So speaking of Superman, though, how are we feeling about this whole Henry Cavill thing and what James Gunn is doing? Does anybody care?
No.
At this point, I don't.
That's what I thought. DC's just so messed up. Like they can't. It's just like we can't get it any worse. You know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Go. We know when an honorable mention is. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know if that got knocked off. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like I can't keep up with what came in this week.
Some people use Google to fix their mistakes. We just use Go. We just wait for him to point them out. Thanks, Go. All right. Mario's back. So we're taking the longest walk we can here to get to the answer on your dark arts, but I'm not going to forget it because I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to dance around it. I see it, but we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, let's go.
Whenever you're ready.
Wait, I thought there was a segue before for the waifu. Didn't you want to talk about that?
What? See, you keep dancing around the dark arts now. That makes me think that something is going on. Before it was a joke. Now it's just like I'm going down I got my conspiracy board over here. What are you guys doing to me?
Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. So for the longest time, like with every single build that I make, I will do at least like a couple stories with a segment called Clean Cuts, right? And I would play it to the track of Phantogram Running from the Cops. It's a great track, right? Also, music is the best way to sell your shit. But there's a drop and it's just it's amazing, right? And I would kind of show off my cuts with a blade, right? Shout out to Alpha and their 18 millimeter blade. And I would try to say, this is all real. You can do this with a knife, right? And then shout out to Kit Bash Customs, who called me out and he's like, this is bullshit because I tried it and it doesn't work. He tried it with a fresh blade, alleged fresh blade, and it came out looking like shit. I mean, you tried, it looked like shit. And then he called me out for it. And he's like, no, Mario does not. This is bullshit. He's selling you snake oil. This is a lie. Mario participates in the dark arts, some black magic craft shit. And then you know what? It's true. My cuts are from magic. So we don't even need to go any further in that. Yeah. I just, I praise the demon lord and then fucking the foam comes out looking like
the foam comes out. It's just clean as shit.
Straight.
Look at that.
And look, it's already bricked too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some next level dark art shit.
That was, I was gonna say that when this show started, that board was clean, and you just
you're gonna have
went. You disappeared.
Yeah, you need to sacrifice like 3 virgins for that, so it's fine.
Oh, man.
No, but in all seriousness, you can achieve clean cuts. You have to use a fresh blade. You have to take your time. Matchu, how many passes did it take for you to make that one cut through a 1-inch thick foam?
It was a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much to count.
But I didn't change the blade.
You son of a bitch. Are you serious?
Dramatic.
I really didn't change the blade. Actually, so this one was my cleanest one, right? This was my actual cleanest one that I put on the story. The other ones weren't so clean. Those I changed the blades for.
What blade were you using though?
Box cutter.
Just a regular, just Home Depot box cutter?
No, it's like a arts craft cutter thing, like a silver handle. I don't know the name of it.
Okay. All right.
I'll show it to you later if I can find it. I don't know where it is.
Good on you then. Don't change your blade. Use a rusty blade. Use a fork.
Use the spoon.
Yeah.
Wow, the balls on you, dude.
Darkest of arts.
Yeah. Why would you use a spoon? Oh, that's weird. No one's gonna finish that. Okay, all right. Anyway,
we use spoons.
Well, it's the second movie reference from a Robin Hood movie tonight. I'm just saying. Yeah. Archie says, like a cooking show, he shows you the ingredients and 2 minutes later it's all done. That might, you know what, Mario, that might be your new show. You should just do like a Julia Child, use a chork. I don't know. So you could do like a spork. I don't know. You could do like a Julia Child cooking show to be like, Dials with Mario.
You know what? I think
to Dials with Mario.
In the kitchen.
I think that's it, because I do get a lot of messages like, well, what the fuck? Like, so it'll be like, so the first story will be like fresh foam squared up, and then the next story is like, oh, it's already bricked out and like set up and shit. They're like, you skipped all the other fucking steps in between, man. Like, what the hell? You gonna show us? And I'm like, I didn't hit record.
The red light was not on.
Here we go. So Tenyo described. So a chork is chopsticks and a fork.
Oh.
Challenge?
Yeah.
Matchu? Challenge?
I guess.
Fucking build a dial with a chopstick fork?
Chopstick fork. There you go.
We'll see how that comes out.
Okay.
Maybe I'll put it on the story. Maybe I'll send it to you first. I don't know.
I think we'll do it. We'll do it live, and
do it live.
We'll do it live on our arts and craft day. We'll do it live. Star Marvel says there was supposed to be a show called Beef in the Kitchen with Prime.
No, it was called Beef Bros.
I
like Beef in the Kitchen though.
Beef in the Kitchen's good.
Oh, no, actually, it was so Dante. When Dante had his network, it was called Cooking in the Kitchen with 7 on 6, featuring Prime to the first Beef Bros, right? But fuck Prime.
Oh man, Prime fights with everybody, huh? That's what it is, huh? Prime beefs with everybody.
Starts to be. He's not even here. Can't even
No, I
defend
know.
himself.
He starts
Yeah.
to leave.
Yeah, you know what? And he's lucky he's not here. Otherwise, I would have whooped his ass through the chat. No, I'm joking. Shout out to Prime. I love you.
I really wish we had Prime on standby to just bring him in. All of a sudden, we got entrance music playing, and he's coming running down.
Or he actually just kicks down the doors behind Mario.
Like Stone Cold.
Yeah.
This is for my Detolf.
Dude, I've broken like 4 of his detofs. So
Twine.
Prime.
Twine.
There it is, Plime.
You guys, yeah, if you guys are not watching the figure booth, you got to check it out. They do a pre-recorded episode on that airs on Sunday, and then a live episode on Monday, which you know,
Which is
a lot of
really
inside
fun.
jokes. Yeah,
It
it's
was
always
lot
a
of
fun, fun watch.
Yeah. Shout out to the finger booth.
The finger booth.
Maybe the finger booth should help should help Bearded with his beaver problem. I don't know.
Booty Rangers.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, they're so much fun.
And Nate has a new name every episode.
Does he? Jesus, I didn't pick up on that.
Oh god.
Oh, all right. I don't even know where to go from here. But
The waifus.
yeah, you want to talk waifus, or should we check at the pictures that we like this week?
The waifus, because I'm still sending the pictures.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait, what do you want to know about the waifus?
Well, he was the one.
Well, no, I mean, look, man. There's a whole Discord channel dedicated to waifu for lifeu. Like, I just like.
Okay.
All right. Where does for someone who's new to the community and starting out here, where did this come from? How did this start?
Okay. So I don't. I maybe it started when I was going through puberty. I have no fucking idea.
We're really going back.
No, dude. So here's the thing. So a lot of I'll get a lot of shit, right? Because like, oh, it's waifu for life. You're a fucking Darius calls me the pervy sage, right? And I'm like, it's not that. How I think the waifu toys, right? And there are some waifu toys that are like, all right, they're kind of out there, right? And I hope Chamba's still watching and he can back me up. Dude, the waifu toys that I collect, I think are the perfect art because it is such a high contrast, right? So you usually have something that, okay, a waifu, you would think it is a pretty girl, she's delicate, you know, she might be fragile, but then she's usually coupled up with like this fucking armor that'll kick your ass or something, you know? Dude, I just think it is like the most beautiful piece of art that I own in my collection. And I think, I don't know, it's probably split 50-50 now, like waifu and like, you know, the mainstream shit, you know, like Marvel and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. And like so for example, like the Megami device, right, which is a kit by Kotobukiya, it is it's the dopest shit. Their sculpts are amazing. The proportions are getting better and shit, but they always come with like this badass like armor, right? And I feel like I'm losing a couple of you guys right now.
No, I'm in. Look, you got Star Marvel. Star Marvel's asking how many you got. You actually.
Oh, how many you got? Okay, dude.
This is the most active the chat has been. I will say this.
So in terms of like waifu kits, I counted earlier. I have 57 unbuilt kits. I have probably like 18 built kits, but figures. Let's see here. I'll pull one off the shelf right now and I'll show you.
All right. There you go.
Like this is technically a waifu, but look at this shit. This is cyberpunk.
Awesome.
She's badass, and she'll kick your ass.
Yeah. So Archie says I'm still waiting for my snail shell milk tea girl from BBTS. Do you have it?
I do. I have several.
You have several.
I don't know if we can show that off right now.
Oh, is that? I'm too. You know.
I mean, I'll show it off if you're okay with not getting fucking monetized for like another 2 years, but. Here's another one. Here's another waifu. Like, dude, look at the contrast, though. You know, cool. And in this art, it's all about the contrast. You know,
right?
It's the highs, the lows. She'll kick your ass.
The detail on the clouds of the smoke on the bottom there. That's pretty cool,
dude. It's great. Okay, I'll get that milk tea, but that one's a little
It's a little risque. All right.
I don't have any excuses for that. She's just a thick ass chick in a bikini.
Well, why you're looking for that? Maybe we can answer the question of where does the word waifu come from?
That's a really good question. I have no idea. I think it it has a Japanese origin, and I don't know if it's like derogatory or not, but it's used to describe, hot anime babes.
Okay.
Really.
Hey, since we don't have Google here, we have Go Figure Go. If you're still on, go Google what waifu means and hit us back up in the chat.
He's asking Alexa right now.
There you go. Yoko's dropping this one, and then she's dropping I'm out. So
oh god, Jesus.
Thank you, Yoko.
Right. Yoko was nice. It was nice while it lasted. I'm really sorry, but I don't blame you. So this is the latest one that I built, and this is a Megami device kit. Like obviously the proportions are kind of insane, right? But again, look, she's a girl not wearing much, but she's like armored up and shit. And again,
she has
I don't
boots
know
on
for protection in battle, but like I built this kit, and this is really good. And the cool thing is like you can customize these kits. The one that RG is talking about. Oh shit, maybe I should change this pose really quick. I'm not ashamed. I'm not. Dude,
no.
I'm all man. I'm cool. I like my waifus. Okay.
You're not ashamed. You're a collector. That's it.
I'm a collector.
You're a collector.
Let me see if I can cover her up a little bit. All right, I'll cover her up. All right, you guys ready for this shit? So this is the milk tea girl that has been breaking the internet. And this is by a company called Snail Shell Studio, which is I think one of the this. I'm all in on Snail Shell.
Is that a gun or is that a vacuum cleaner?
No, it's a boba tea gun.
Oh wow!
Look, boba tea. So, like, dude, the quality on the figure.
Gun or a vacuum cleaner?
It
looks like a vacuum cleaner. Headrock says, "Yeah, it looks like a Dyson."
Headrock says it's a Dyson. Headrock says it's a Dyson.
Dude, here's the cool thing about this figure. Dude, her eyes are movable. She has movable eyes.
That was really cool.
Yeah, you have to go in there with like a special tool and move her eyes. But like, dude, the proportions are great. The paint, the deco is great. I mean, she's just fantastic. And I think it was designed to be like a base buck for you to pretty much customize into like whatever, right? So
I
can't
can't
really
give her
explain
clothes.
Huh?
You're supposed to give her clothes.
Right, yeah. They give you her with like the least amount of clothes, and it's your job to fully clothe her.
Yeah,
again,
vacuumate it
if you want to.
Yeah,
completely optional.
I don't know, Toy Retsu. I'm not putting that one up there.
What did he say?
The answer is no, but you can find one.
It's an aftermarket.
It is.
It's an aftermarket. Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? I will say this. Judge me all you want, motherfuckers, but that is the most popular channel in the Enabler Discord.
First off, there's no judgment here. Every one of us is an adult male playing with action figures. And toys,
whoa,
there is no judgment. What?
There are some females in the chat.
I was saying every one of us, like as the three of us. But yes, there are some females in the chat.
She's cool with this. She knows I collect waifus.
My sister's here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, your sister's gonna have to go explain half the show to your mom.
I'm pretty sure when I met your sister, though, she knew like, oh, this guy fucking collects waifus.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh God. Yeah.
Good times at Comic-Con.
Yeah. Hi, kids. This is Mario. What's up? What's up? You guys know about waifu? Shh, okay, we're leaving.
Oh my God.
But it's not. I don't see why this is offensive at all. This is
I'm
great.
not trying to get offensive.
She's a great figure, dude. Solid QC for sure.
Yoko, this may be my favorite quote of the night. Knowing and supporting are not synonymous.
I thought they were. God damn it.
Very, very true.
All right.
Again, nice knowing you.
In 10 years from now, when we're not monetized, we'll know why. They'll be like, yeah, YouTube will be like, remember episode 4? Remember episode 4? We'll just be like, no, we don't. What happened episode? We remember.
Oh, we remember.
We are banned for waifu. All right, Machu, you got those picks ready so we can transition into something.
They're not
else?
waifus.
Hey,
They're not
you guys
waifus.
brought it up, okay? I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, no, hey, I totally. I wanted to understand
Your
it.
fault, Jshot.
Now I'm educated.
Wait, hold on.
So
Rensu wants to know what makes a figure a waifu.
We don't have enough time for that. I mean, curves, fairness of the skin.
Wait, what happened to your voice? Why did it get so deep?
Sorry. I hope Yoko's not watching. Oh God. Okay, all right, let's bring up the pictures.
Oh. This is a great episode.
We'll see.
Yeah. This is the greatest episode that nobody will ever see. Oh God.
Oh.
All right. First one up by Alex. What does it say? Alex N. Richardson.
Alex N. Richardson, the homie. Homie,
He
Alex.
takes some great shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
solid. I love the nod, even in the post there, Fulcrum to Rebels and Clone Wars. To the Filoni era. But yeah, this is good. The backlighting is solid here. It even looks like he used the light in the actual shot.
Yep.
Oh.
Is there a BTS?
Oh.
Nah, he never really posts his BTS.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Saves us time, but leaves us wanting more.
Saves us time. Oh,
No, his
solid
BTS his BTS are usually in his stories.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And they're
we'll
like
the story.
a quick glance.
Right. Oh, this was up 2 days ago, so yeah, it's not gonna be on the story.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Yeah.
be there.
This is a great use of bokeh. Is he's definitely using a macro, right?
I think he's actually shooting on a nifty 50.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Which is a bokeh king lens, though.
Mhm.
You know, that thing is built for bokeh. But yeah, I think I don't know his camera. It might be in the plethora of hashtags there, but I think for sure he is shooting on a nifty 50. So here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing about Alex, dude. If you were to just scroll on his entire page, he has refined like the lighting, right?
Oh,
And
no, yeah,
he
that's
sets
really-
the mood.
really-
His lighting is top tier, like almost unmatched.
Yeah. Oh, look at that green glow.
Yeah. And he is a master manipulator of lighting. Look at that. I think
That's
what
solid.
he did was he took one of the finger lights or maybe like a laser pen
Mhm.
and focused it on the kryptonite.
Like a light beam, right?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. And he's always doing some interesting like angles too, which I prefer. A lot of top-down Dutch angle shots.
I thought you said you're not a fan of Dutch angles.
I am not, but when Alex does
Really?
it's killer. I don't like the Dutch. I think the Dutch is lazy. I think the Dutch is a way to manipulate your composition.
Talking
right?
about the angle, people.
Yeah,
no,
the angle is
I-
great. So this is an angle shot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider this a Dutch angle, right? There's a time and place for Dutch. Dude, that right there, that Mythic Legion's skeleton figure.
Oh, yes, this is a good
Yeah.
one.
That was a
How
really good
crazy is this?
That is really
Yeah.
good. That's like he took cotton, right?
one. Mm.
I think
looks like
so.
it.
Or did he just leave the figure in the attic?
Yeah. This
No.
shot took him 5 years to make. So that's real spider webs. It's real
As soon as
dedication.
he got it, he just threw it up in the attic.
Threw it
Yeah,
up in
he
the
was like-
attic.
It's like I got an idea.
Actually, I have an idea too. I have to put some figures in the attic. I have enough Spider-Man figures to just leave in the attic.
Yeah.
There you go. Make their own webs.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you can kind of see like the consistency with his photos. Like his entire grid looks so seamless. You know what I mean? And I think he's really nailed in. One of the most favorite shots he ever did is this Magneto shot where he's just levitating chess pieces. It's probably like further down, but dude, and he's got some Rude Boy up in there too. It's fucking great.
Nice. It looks like it's lit up. Like the mask is lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he does something in post as well.
This is one of my favorite shots too. This Iron Man shot.
Iron Man's solid. I like the angle on that too.
Yeah, his bokeh is extreme, and I'm, I try to get him to, usually he'll before he publishes anything, he'll be like, "Yo, how does this look?" And then I'll give him some feedback. I would like to see him shoot with like a higher f-stop, but he likes doing. I'm pretty sure everything is shot in like
1.8.
No, well, maybe not as crazy as 1.8, but like probably 2.8 to like 5.6 at the highest.
Mm-hmm. He even has a laser effect.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was the laser shot right there, for sure.
Am I gonna find that Magneto shot, or did I pass it?
I don't know.
It's all the way down. I mean, it's one of like his earlier shots. I mean, but you know what? It would be worth it to go down and look for it. I think it was probably 2020 when he took that shot, and it was. I think it's probably one of his most popular or most liked shots. Right there. There you go.
There it is.
Holy shit, dude!
Come
on, man.
That is pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, that's when we were doing the 796 level up hashtag. Oh, dude,
that is really amazing.
That's a Marvel legend,
right?
That's insane.
And that's 2020. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, wow. That's
insane. Yeah, Alex is one of the greatest out there for sure, hands down.
Yeah, I started following him because I think you mentioned him on one of the toying around, one of the enabler streams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought this was good. I don't know if you guys follow What's Up Danger, but he does a lot of cool stuff. I like the idea of this one. So, I don't know, it's simple, right? I mean, you gotta add in the Mayfex Batman. And
that is not simple.
No, that is not. Well, it's simple idea, right? Simple idea. Harley Quinn tackling Batman with some Christmas lights.
I'll tell you right now that
the execution not simple. Yeah,
the pose is not simple either.
No,
tying a figure up it never looks it doesn't look natural.
Right. Yeah.
And that looks pretty natural.
Yeah. No, he looks like he's struggling. Yeah. Let me backtrack because I feel like you guys are making me give a statement here. When I say simple, I just meant simple in concept, not.
Yeah. No, I get it.
It's not like a fighting shot.
Right. Not a fighting shot. Not an ensemble shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. The tie up, it's solid. The way that he looks like he's struggling, and even with that face sculpt, it works perfectly.
That's the Mayfex. Dark Knight Returns. Yep. Really good. Really well done. This is.
Oh my god! Dude.
Yeah, have you not seen this one? This is awesome.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Yeah.
I saw it on the ACBA podcast. This is amazing. This is what actually made me want the lizard figure.
Oh geez,
I can see that.
That's really good.
Yeah.
No, you know what though, Jshot, this is simple.
Yeah.
It is a close, contained shot. Very close composition, but it tells a lot of information. Right, like your brain is processing a lot of information just looking at this shot, right? And there's a lot of emotion behind this too.
Definitely, you can, and I don't even think like that's your stock head on a Spider-Man, right? That's not like an overly expressive Spider-Man, but it looks like he's surprised.
Well, that's a Sentinel one, which is a little bit more expressive. It's got that shock face, which works perfectly for this. And I think. I mean, just looking at it, I don't think that Sentinel moves that well. So he He probably like took off some limbs. He took off, probably just positioned the head for the lizard, the tail, the arm, popped off Peter B's arm to get it back that far, right? To exaggerate that emotion.
But then hid it, right? Hiding it there with everything else around it.
Yeah.
So he also did a pretty cool build of a sewer. Which is like the round pipe of a sewer, and the brickwork he did around it was really
did he
cool.
make that?
And I don't know if he made that specifically. I'm saying
Okay.
I've seen his stuff before. He did a sewer diorama, which is really, really cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, that Batman up there when he was like in the water.
Oh, in the water. Yeah, I was a little
sick, dude. That is.
Yeah.
How?
It looks like plastic. Like if you zoom in real close to the Batman,
with like the little stippling in the that's insane, dude.
Yeah. I actually do think that's
motion for sure.
Yeah,
that might be post. I
think he's got a little bit of mix because you can see the plastic right around his chest. But it's it's really awesome. He does a really good job with this stuff.
Yeah, very good.
So I got a question here. So Frankie asked, does much post work go into these? And honestly, it depends on the shot, right?
Yeah.
Depends on, some shots. Speaking for myself, some shots that I do, I try to do as least post work as possible because I'm terrible with it. Something like actually like this shot that we got up here, I would imagine not much post went into it, right? Like this is probably just a little bit of
yeah, I think Lightroom is probably like the most,
Yeah.
but like, if you think about it, like I think all of us are well, we're all photographers, right? Like I remember doing like engagement photo shoots, which fucking sucks. It's the worst, but you have to fix everything in post, right? And I think that's just part of being a photographer. It's like, fix it up in Lightroom, like adjust the the highs, the lows, the color. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like you're enhancing the photo. I mean, nothing is taken away from this shot, right? If you go and enhance it in Lightroom, like the composition is still great, the setup is amazing, the pose on fucking, the subject is amazing too, right? It just adds a little cherry on top, I think, when you do some post editing.
I think learning Lightroom is really a good thing to learn, because you can make shots look so much more epic just with some tweaks, some color adjustments, and knowing how to use the curves.
Yeah, dude. Lightroom is the differentiator, right? There's a lot of people that are, I guess I would classify them as like purists, right? Where like, no, this is completely tangible. I don't do shit. I don't adjust, anything in post or Photoshop, but I think you might be doing yourself a disservice, and then you could really enhance that shit if you throw it in Lightroom and like highlight certain parts of the image that will make it pop, So
yeah,
and that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, that was the same speech that Matchu gave me, right? When I first started, I wanted to do everything practically. Like that was my whole thing. Was like I want to do everything practically. And Matchu, you get better at it and better at it and better at it. And then Matchu was like, the only way to step up now is to just start learning how to do stuff in post. Like it's the only way you're going to do it. I mean, I still like to do a lot of my effects if I'm going to do effects in post. I mean, effects practically. But yeah, no, dude, once you start learning Lightroom, you're right. It like opens up a whole new thing because you could change stuff, right? You could change the mood of a picture, just by dragging,
just by changing
the
color.
Contrast. Yeah,
yeah. Just shift it, dude. There's one of my favorite photos on my grid. So I sent it to Alex, and I'm like, "What do you think?" He's like, "I don't know. I think the color is off. Right? There's too much magenta in this." And I'm like, "Well, I already took it down, so I'm not reshooting it." He's like, "Hold on one second." He threw it up in Lightroom. He manipulated like the colors, and it turned into this banger. And I'm like, "Holy shit!" Yeah. Like the original one looked good, right? Because everything was there. Your setup, the pose, the initial lighting was there. But had he not changed, just shifted from magenta to like a blue, I don't think it would have like sold or hit as hard as it did. you know.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm a big fan of Lightroom.
Especially like if you're taking a shot that's like, supposed to be in the cold. You don't want magenta in there. You want it to be more blue, or you don't want it to be orange in that tint.
Yeah, or you can, let's say you take the shot and it took you forever to take the shot. However, it's not giving off that vibe. You can use Lightroom to exaggerate that feel and that vibe, right? Make it a little bit colder, change that white balance and make it like super cold, And I don't think that's cheating because I think you put in the legwork to get the initial like composition and posing, lighting, and all that shit. Like Lightroom is not this magic button that's just gonna fix your photo, right? You have to do like the legwork.
There is an auto button though, but I suggest don't use it. Don't.
There is an auto button.
Yeah,
right.
no.
What do you like about this photo, Mario? You chose this one, right?
Yeah, I did. So DadFet does a lot of I don't know how to describe it. The composition is mostly like this, right? You got a subject right in the center, and then you have the background. His setup is always so good. I really appreciate looking at a shot and thinking immediately like, oh, this took a lot of work. This took a lot of time to get the setup right. And I'm sure he probably shot like 100 photos before he finally settled on this one.
I want to know how many times he knocked one of those piles over.
Oh.
I know, but here's the thing: like it looks like it might just be stacked up, but I know he purposely stacked them in that way. Like look at the Wii cartridges on the right.
It
like they're
wraps
not
around the
they're not just stacked up straight, which would be like your immediate go-to and like probably the lazy man's go-to, but it's staggered a little bit, right? And then you got the light peeking in from the back, so I'm sure he had some sort of light in between the foreground Wii cartridges and then like the background PlayStation cartridges going in. It's so moody. His lighting is so moody, and again it's very consistent. Like I said, his composition is usually like this format, but every single photo hits differently. And I think that is most difficult thing to do, to rinse, wash, repeat, but make that shit look new every single time. So go follow him. Shout out to DadFet. He is an amazing photographer.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. So you had it up for a second. Yeah. Henrock says, note to self, don't use the auto button. If you get two things away from this show, it is don't use the auto button, and waifu is a collection and not
waifu for
it's
waifu.
Detour says, I'm new here. Where's the buy my friends a beer button? We're not there yet, man.
Yeah,
but I appreciate the sentiment.
At the next con,
right here.
I don't know if we're ever gonna get there now after this show, but we're still having fun.
Yo, Steph, back me up on the waifu for lifeu. I know, Steph. I know you like it. I'm alone out here.
I mean,
who chose this? Who chose this?
I chose it because it came up on my feed. I was
You're
like,
a
damn.
cheater.
And then I sent it to you to Matchu, and I was like, yeah. I mean, what?
Why is he a cheater?
Because Johnny is on another level, dude. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. It's so good.
I know why John chose this, because he has
because it's got the Boyds. I'm trying to get these friggin' Boyds.
Got the Boyds. He got the Wonder Bread.
Boyds.
He got the Wonder Bread and the Boyds.
So my only experience, Mario, with waifu is Machu was like, showed me the shot, and I was like, oh dude, where'd you get those pigeons? Those pigeons are amazing. I want those pigeons. And he's like, yeah, they came with a figure. And I was like, oh, what figure? He's like, yeah. And I was like, what, dude? Like, where did you get him? Like, just why are you being like this? And he's like, you don't want to know what this figure is. And I was like, dude, we're adults. What is this figure? Oh,
it's not even it's a statue, but I don't even remember what.
Yeah. Doesn't remember.
Send me the link.
I've been looking for it. It was on my Amazon.
Yeah. He's been digging because he didn't use his account for the Amazon. He used somebody else's account.
I'll use my account.
All right. Well, why don't we do this? Because Johnny knows he's good. Everybody knows Johnny's good.
Right.
So why don't we pick one thing that we like about this photo and then one thing that he can improve on? Or you guys don't want to go down that road?
No, that's fine. I don't care. Johnny doesn't know who the hell I am.
I don't think he's gonna watch our show.
Yeah.
Is he watching our show?
Oh, he will.
Yeah,
I'm gonna send him the clip.
I do. I mean, look, I like it. Again, I think the concept is simple. It's right. I mean, if you take away it being Spider-Man, it's a guy sitting on a bench feeding birds. It's well done. I mean, if we had a nitpick at it, I think the background's a little blown out in the top there. That would be my note.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that would be my note.
Matchu?
It's the phone number.
What's them ankles? What's them ankles do?
Hey, Prime, go back and watch the beginning of the show. I give you a nice shout out.
What's your beef with the phone number, Matt? Speaking of beef,
aren't you supposed to put like 555 in the number when you like?
I don't know.
It's a legitimate company.
Should we call it? You want to call it?
No, don't do it right now. It's like we've gotten so many fucking calls in the past 2 days.
Yeah. Everybody's calling up, being like, "Yeah, I got Sergeant Bananas told me to call you." Thanks.
What's your? What about you, Mario? What's your?
I agree that the top right corner might be a little blown out, but I think that does play into Johnny's style, right? So it's something that we've accepted. That's so true. If you see, there's a little vignette in the top right where it meets up with the diorama on the left, like on the corner. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I think that is just a byproduct of him adjusting something in post. One thing about Johnny shots is like the fucking lighting is killer. It always simulates the mood, like the atmosphere. And I was talking to you about this, Matchu. Like, if you want to be up there with like the Johnnies and the Trevors, you have to nail the atmospheric lighting, and Johnny always does that. However, I don't know what's up with Peter B's feet. I don't know if they're not planted for some reason. I don't know if he's scared of the birds. You know, I mean,
maybe he's scared of birds, like you're scared of rats. You know, like maybe they're just rats with wings. Maybe that's it. You know,
he's probably not. He's trying not to step on the food.
Yeah. There you go. But you know what? Here's the thing. Like, I don't know if that was done intentionally or if that was a mistake. However, it does. So the posing does a great job of telling the story and setting the mood in any sort of photo. Right. That little. And let's just say it's an oversight, right? Which I don't think Johnny has any oversights, right? But let's say that for whatever reason, Peter B, his feet aren't firmly planted on the ground. That's because he is a little afraid that these birds might attack him or some shit. And it fucking works. That's what pisses me off, because this guy can't fucking lose. He can't lose, dude. He can't lose. His shit is always so good.
Because when you mentioned the feet, and I just sat there, I'm like, wait. If I was trying to feed birds, I'd probably lift up my toes would come up.
Yeah. You're naturally your toes come up. So yeah, you're right. Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah. So to sum it up, I don't really have any notes on this one. It is just another banger. Hence, you cheated, Jshot.
All right. Let's move on.
When you take shots or when you do a pose session, do you try to emulate some part of the pose that you can do just to get the angles, like if like people are throwing a punch?
Yeah, it's funny you asked that, because I usually before every pose session I try to emulate the shot, like if it's a punch, I'm like, okay, so he can actually, this is what it will look like. And then what I do is I will take it up a little bit, right? So I don't think having like a necessarily like realistic pose would sell good on film or like on a story or something like that, right? You want to exaggerate a little bit. So I'll take it to where it looks normal, and then I'll maybe crank up the shoulder a little bit more. So instead of if it's like this, which would be like your standard, right jab, then it's like, just exaggerated.
A little more emphasis.
Right, but the exaggeration
Yeah.
sells the motion, and I
Or
think
emphasis is if it's a waifu, right?
You put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Yeah.
but I think exaggeration on motion or exaggeration on poses definitely plays into selling the illusion of motion,
Right.
if that makes sense, right? And like, look at this, like you go outside, like it's not going to look like this shit is super exaggerated, but we think it's beautiful because it is that exaggerated. So you need to have like a good balance of some exaggeration, whether it's your lighting or your posing, in my opinion. Also,
So
fuck you, Prime.
I was just gonna say, Prime's been here for less than 10 minutes and just really like causing fights. I'm happy for it because it's just gonna give us the press. I'm good for it, but thank you.
Yo, Prime, I be dropping elbows, dog. I don't punch, I drop elbows.
His punches look like he's throwing a baseball. So
There was actually a figure that I was looking at that came with a baseball, and I was actually just gonna buy the figure for the baseball.
we've spent more or less. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, baseball.
I
I have so many like 1/12 scale bats, but no balls.
What's that, Ashley? No balls? What happened? What's going on?
Oh, that's a soundbite right there.
Lost control.
This is my way of getting Plasty to watch the show. All right.
We're unhinged. We're unhinged.
Yeah, we've been. I don't think we started hinged. So yeah. Jesus. I love Matchu though. You purposely paused. You're like, I have so many bats. Like you knew that this was going to be.
I'm looking at the pink skulls behind my camera.
Fucking
hey, wait. While we're on the subject, what does a man who's had a vasectomy and a Christmas tree have in common?
No sap.
No, their balls are just decorative.
I got a vasectomy like 4 years ago, so.
Well, so that you can relate.
I bedazzled them. I was gonna say I bedazzled those danglers, but fucking whoa! All right.
I was gonna say, and then why not? Okay, all right.
Poor Christmas tree.
I got that kryptonite gun, baby.
Just
Oh man!
Wow, we're gonna have to unlist this video. Sorry,
everyone's gonna need a password for this one. Holy crap on a stick! Wow.
Harold the Man, Figure Mania show. Shout out.
Wow.
What do you guys think of this shot?
This is insane. There's a lot here. There's a
lot going on.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Right.
Why'd you pick it?
Because there's a lot going on. And here's the thing. I think maybe both of you might have fallen down this rabbit hole. When you try to do a lot, it can get jumbled up and then it looks messy, right? And it doesn't look like a cohesive shot.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of looks like you threw some shit hoping to make it work. But Harold is such a fucking craftsman with a shot. He can pull shit off like this, right? And I'm sure a lot of this stuff is like refined in post, but for the most part, all his shit is tangible. I don't know if you follow him or if you've seen like his BTS, but like a lot of this stuff is tangible because he is a I don't want to say like an ACBA purist, but he does, he fucks with the ACBA, right? So this dude, like the debris and like the little trucks flying up in the air, the lighting, the composition is fucking great. And this is I'm pretty sure this is monster art, so it's like 6-inch scale.
Yeah,
which can kind of be a little
what
tricky.
Scale are those micro machines or even smaller?
I have no idea because I don't think he posted up a BTS. However, I think the buildings are those like 1/44 scale like destroyed buildings that you can buy on Amazon. But look at the elements, dude. You have the background, right? You have your subject, you have like multiple characters, and then you have the foreground, and Harold crushes it with he always has some sort of like foreground element that it serves two purposes. One, it creates depth, but every single shot that he does with the foreground element creates a sense of scale.
Yeah.
So I mean, look at this shot. Imagine if that debris, whatever that is, wasn't there. I don't think this photo would have hit as hard as it does now.
No. It looks like you're in a building looking at them, and that's
Right.
like
Yeah.
right outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say it almost the debris almost it works as like a guide, right? Because you're saying that piece in the foreground kind of draws your shot, your eyes in, and then you choose to like follow the debris a little bit to help you kind of tell.
You
the
almost
story
used the
a
wrong
little bit.
F word there.
Yeah, I did. Henrock, speaking of F words, Henrock asked, "Do you guys focus stack?" The F word there was focus. Yeah.
Focus, dude. I don't even really know what focus stack means.
I'm so glad you said that because I was hoping that you guys would explain it to me. So, Henrock, tell us what focus stack means. We'll wait.
I have an idea, but I will wait for Henrock. I will say this though, Matchu, you did bring up an interesting point. So I think, and I could be wrong, but this is just my observation, just being a follower of Figure Mania show for like the past, I don't know, fucking like 6 years and shit. It seems like every photo he takes is from the vantage point of like a human looking at the battle, right? Like if you go on his grid, again, I don't know if you guys follow him, but if you go on his grid, it looks like shit that you as a person would be looking at, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Especially with the monsters. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. It might be micro machines.
It might be. Oh
my god.
Yeah. So Henrock says every depth. I'm assuming it's every depth is in focus.
Who's controlling the screen?
I am.
Go up one. Let me just show you like the tangibility for Harold shot. That one right there. There. Click on that. So this is a
go full screen on it.
And then go forward because I think this is a video as well of the BTS. So that's
the reference.
Fuck, it might be backwards. So he has a reel of like how he recreated this shot, and it's multiple layers of acrylic. So he does the glass technique. You see the fighters in the background and shit. Yeah. Like this guy has refined that.
That's really cool. Yeah. We talked about this on another episode where somebody
with the acrylics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, that have you guys tried the glass technique?
I haven't tried it yet.
I've done it a couple.
I have used it.
You did it for something. Yeah.
I used it to show off D Blake makes signs.
Yes. So Henrock is saying it's taking a number of shots. Each shot merges every shot focus. So I've done that once. I did it. I think I did it like the bootleg way because I did it with the 3 Joker shot where I had
you have
3 of them lined up and I focused on the one shot, I focused on the second, focused on the third, and then I just kind of masked everything out and then laid it out there. This way they were in focus. But I usually don't. I mean, I usually let it just, do the long exposure to try to get everything as in focus as possible.
Yeah. If you guys want to pull my grid, I'll walk you through some of my shit.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. We're not go down. I want to pull up the video of Harold shit just to give you an idea of like the amount of like effort and work is done on this. It's the Matchu. It's going to be the underwater shot. I think it might be further down. Like, look at that. Like, that's even fucking crazy. You know?
Yeah. Look at that one's nuts. The background is beautiful.
Yeah, and like he sets the standard of like, if you really want to be great, you have to put a lot of effort into these shots. I think it actually might be up more.
I want to look at it.
Will you guys look for that? So Henrock, I don't know if I have a camera for it either. That's what I was saying. Because I literally just shifted focus to the 3 different ones and then masked them out in Photoshop and just layered them. So you could do it.
Matchu, go up.
You could do it. You know, kind of cheating if you wanted to.
125. Yeah, look at that. And again, look at the BTS shots and study the stuff. Look at that.
Yeah.
You have
Look
one
at that.
layer, you have a top layer, you have the main subject, you got all this shit working together to emulate that one scene.
That is insane. That is insane.
Yeah. So if you ever, and this is, I'm really speaking to myself. So there will be times where I take a shot and I'm like, it's not as good as I want it to be. And I look at shit like this. I'm like, well, did I put this much effort into the shot? And usually the answer is no. It's like, and then I go back and I reshoot it. That's insane. This is next level shit.
That is
Yeah,
crazy.
man. Let me I got one more since Henrock is in here.
All right, let's get Henrock.
One more shot.
Look at that. That lighting on that. Henrock, talk to us about it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I just gotta switch this for myself.
No, I think this is a great one.
I think it makes me. Well, one, I did need the head sculpt from the Hasbro Marvel Legends for this. Technically not, but like, I have that figure body, and I think I have a spare coat that I can make that custom, that kit bash. That would probably be better than the Marvel Legend.
It's another Spider-Man. You have that many Spider-Man? So.
I don't even have to say anything.
Maju, what's your favorite Marvel character?
J. Jonah
Iron
Macho.
Man? Iron Man?
Superman?
Superman. Instead, great Marvel character Superman who had that awesome quote of, response. With great responsibility comes great power. It's a great Superman quote. So,
dude, Henrock is killing it, man.
Henrock's,
the one thing I do love about this shot is the low angle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what really.
Yeah, I would love to see a BTS because I think maybe the camera might have been like ground level up. The black and white works too, which is very difficult to pull off and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, the posing emulates not only motion but emotion. It's very good, dude. Very good.
Yeah. There's your BTS.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right there. Yeah.
What lens is that?
Henrock, shut up. He hates Dutch too, Mario. I don't know why everybody's hating on the Dutch tonight. So.
It's lazy, dude. The Dutch is lazy. I don't like the Dutch. Dude, every time I do a Dutch, I'm like, I'm better than this.
I love the Dutch angle, and I feel attacked tonight. I just feel attacked. But that's fine. I'm not going to do it anymore.
When I took that shot with the Spider-Verse figures, and his feedback was, I don't really feel the Dutch angle that much, but it works. And I'm like, well, that's because I'm doing everything handheld. And then he got even more mad because I was doing everything handheld.
Dude. Yo, fuck you, bro. Handheld? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. I don't normally shoot handheld. I actually put it on a tripod, or if it's on the Edelchrome, but I didn't feel like setting up the Edelchrome. And I wanted to get a more variety of shots, but also because I lent Jshot my tripod head and a spare slider, so I had no tripod head to put it on.
Jshot, do you take shots handheld?
No.
Hey, I'm right here.
Oh, sorry.
He didn't even know they were handheld until I brought it up.
Mario and I were just throwing baseballs. That's all. So.
Yeah. No, Machu. I knew something was off, but then when you admitted the handheld, I was like, "You're dead to me."
I was like, "Gosh, should I tell him I'm a handheld?" God damn.
And your slider, by the way, is ready to go. It's in a box with a bunch of other shit you have. I'm using a broken tripod, if that makes you feel any better. So I've got like cards that I stick in there because it slides around. It's terrible.
It's tripod, aka books.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Just set it on a timer.
It's it. Yeah, I got my timer that Matchu just gave me a timer.
No, I didn't give you a timer. I gave you a remote shutter.
whatever. Yeah. So
Yeah,
It's
there
not-
you go. Use that shit, man. Timer or remote. is
Merry
another good thing.
Christmas.
let's go here, Matchu. You just gotta. Oh, Bad Force Grump.
Oh yeah.
Just sub to your channel.
Thank you.
That's
He's
it.
the one who gave us the name the Assemblers.
Yeah,
Right?
Grumps is the homie.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, the best.
We gotta get
I
Mike
can't
on
wait.
here.
I can't wait to fly out to Legion's Con next year to hang
Yeah.
out with you and
Oh,
Grumps. So
Nice.
I'm
Yeah,
right
there was
here,
a
but that's
lot
cool.
of people. He said us.
He said you.
Yeah.
And Grumps. I heard you.
and you, Jshot.
Oh, all right.
All right.
And Henrock.
I was
Henrock
like,
was
we
there
had
too.
we had a
Oh,
moment.
Henry's
All right,
gonna be
yeah.
all right. Did you guys back the Cosmic Legions?
I did not back the Cosmic Legions.
Jshot?
No, so I'm not. I only have like 2 legions. I do the figure obscura. I'm not really in the into the legions. So I got no more room. I got no space.
No, I feel you. I feel it.
Too many turtles. Too many turtles.
Too many spiders.
Tenya says, "How about me?
Oh yeah, my sister was there too.
How about me?"
Yeah, I
Sorry.
can't wait to hang out with you again too. Just don't try to make me buy a lightsaber.
No, I was gonna say, just be careful with Tenya. She makes you carry her bags. That's all. That's the only thing I don't worry about. So
Bag of lightnings.
Perfect timing for back Galactus. So that's why you didn't get Galactus, right? Because you backed Cosmic. Is that
Yeah.
why?
Wait. So for the record, I did back Galactus, right?
Mhm.
And then Hasbro sent me, just me, no one else, specifically to me. They're like, "Hey Mario, we know that you dabble in a lot of shit. We know that you have squirrel tendencies where you're like, okay, it's fucking flavor of the week. If you want to back out now, we'll give you your money back and you can go and back an all-in Cosmic Legions." And I was like, "Hasbro, thank you so much."
It sent me
And
the same email, but I didn't say thank you. I just said, "Send me my Galactus, please." Can I get my Silver Surfer first, so I know that Galactus is coming?
What a missed PR opportunity. Like that was like right there. It was like, "Here guys, just take this. Take this." Right?
Dude.
Like send Silver Surfer 3 weeks before with a little note that says Galactus is coming. Nothing.
Would have been great.
Right? Would have been
Dude,
awesome. We all would have lost our friggin' minds.
Yeah, and I mean, if I think about it, there's a part of me that does feel bad that I missed out on Bagalactus. However, Bagalactus is fucking funding like not only the all-in, but additional figures too. And I am I don't know how you guys feel about this, but like the whole Cabal and the Mythic Legions crew feels like I don't know, like this fucking not a cult, but like they're the cool kids, right? And I want to hang out with them. However, I'm out on Mythic Legions. I just can't. But I'm hoping that Cosmic would be my entry into the cool club.
It could be. It could be. I went to Legion's Cons and just carried everybody's bags. So I'm like cool by association, you know.
You got the uncone.
I got the uncohened, yeah. Which I have an extra one too. So if anybody's looking for it.
I also
haven't opened up my Galactus, by the way. But
still,
really? Why?
Because I got too much shit. Like I'm like trying to clean and organize my life,
That's gonna take a while. All right, I'll be right back. I'll be right back, boys.
I just had his profile up.
Why?
I mean, you can still talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
I can hear you.
Well, wait. What is he doing?
Just turn his mic off. Oh.
We'll wait until he gets back.
Yeah. Well, what did you pull it up for? What were you trying
He said to show up his page.
Oh, all right.
Show up his page. Show up his page. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. Who's left? Who's left in the chat? We got some people here.
9.
I know, and we're going long too. We're over an hour. That was like Mario the Dabbler.
He dabbles every week. Every week is a new thing.
Oh. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out this long. I'm going to take this time to shout out our giveaway again. Head on over to our Instagram page, either Matchutoy or Jshot820, and look for the picture of Mumra. As you know, thanks again to Chubsy Wubsy Toys for donating that. We'll be giving it away next week. So that'll be right in time. If you didn't get it for Christmas, it'll be perfect. Or if you forgot to get a Christmas gift for somebody, and you're going to see them later, you can give it to them then. So
wait, did you say that'll be right in time for Christmas?
Right in time after Christmas. We'll be right after Christmas. Right after Christmas. So yeah. So there he is. He's back.
Fast. Let's get into it. I got my last beer.
Okay, well, that's it. That's our countdown clock. All right. Machu said you wanted us to pull up your page because you're new to this game and you're struggling, so we want to make sure that you get your name out there with our show here.
Yep.
Oh.
What did you want me to show you?
What did you want to show?
So, dude, this year has been a little tough. I think I started the year off strong. I threw out a completed build like in January. Then I started taking some shots, and then like fucking life happens, and I'm like, I'm done, right? So at the very top are my favorite pictures from this year. Scroll down a little bit. That Rude Boy shot right there with the bike.
I love this one. Yeah,
it's pretty. Yeah, that's a good shot.
So this is what I was talking about with Alex. Helped me out with the he threw it up in Lightroom and he manipulated the light, right? So everything in this shot, like I made, right? So Rude Boy, everybody knows that's my custom, and that's kind of like my, I guess, the mascot for 796. That motorcycle was a Tamiya that I hacked up and I made into like some sort of like cafe racer. And then the background, which is just a simple diorama piece, is something that I had built, which is actually for 1/18 scale, but it works perfectly for.
Oh yeah,
it works for 112. So this was the original shot, right? That I sent to Alex, and he's like, "This is trash." And he's like, you need a lot of shit in the foreground. It tells no story, right? So if you go back to the first shot, like he's like, you need to add trash, you need to add some sort of emotion to Rude Boy, which Rude Boy, I think this, it kind of emulates his personality. Like he doesn't give a fuck, he's there chilling, whatever, right?
You don't even know if that's his bike. He could just be sitting on somebody else's bike.
He might be on somebody else's bike waiting to show him up. Yeah.
Yo, he's leaning on your bike. But if you scroll over a little bit more, you can see the build process of the actual bike. So that's the finished product, right? And again, it's a Tamiya 112 motorcycle kit that I don't know. I get in this mode of like just building and trying new shit. And again, this wasn't my idea. I had seen a YouTube video where they chopped it up and they made it into this, and I thought, fuck, I want to make this, and I think it would be cool for Rude Boy. So again, one of my most favorite shots. The next shot, which
I think when we first started chatting on the DMs, it was when you were into that whole bike, taking apart bikes, and I was like, yo, you should really like make a 796 chop shop.
Yeah. So this is probably like my fourth bike that I had made. Yeah, this reel was really fun to make.
Yeah.
And again, it's to a DJ Qbert fucking track, which is great. Yeah, and this is actually the shot, because usually I'll take the shot and then I'll recreate like me taking the shot. So that's the original shot. You can see it's all magenta.
Yeah.
But Alex manipulated it to make it blue. So shout out to him. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I got to go back.
So go back. Yeah. And Frankie called out the grunge and the paint on the distress paint on the sidewalk. That's nice.
Yeah.
I see the blue. Yeah.
Yeah. That paint was actually a happy accident. So I, in the first iteration of the pillars, I had come up with this idea for what I call reverse chipping. So if you follow like a lot of like tank modelers or like scale modelers, they do chipping with like chipping fluid, where you do a base coat, then you do the chipping fluid, then you do a top coat, and then you take away the top coat. Right? With this, I did the base coat, and then I chipped on the top coat, and then whatever was like not realistic enough, I went back with the base coat and I chipped it with the base coat, right?
Oh,
So like yeah,
interesting.
if you look at the sidewalk right there, so just to kind of walk you through the process, I did the gray, right? And then I masked off, I did the terracotta, and then I went back with the initial base coat, which is gray, and I use a sponge to chip it. So then it would emulate this whole like chipping effect. So you kind of have to like work in reverse. But yeah, this shot was great. And then the next shot with Rude Boy sitting on the rooftop, one of my favorite shots, dude. I'm always
Adding trash equals no longer trash.
kind of sometimes.
I feel like you gotta say that. You gotta say that in Forky's voice, though, right? Like, I'm trash. Yeah. So.
This shot is probably, I think, my most favorite of the year, because I'm always on the hunt for inspiration, and it, like I said earlier, the stream, it's not like a resource that you can cultivate, right? Like you have to just be aware of like when you are inspired and just take advantage of it. So part of my nightly routine is I'll hop on like Instagram or Pinterest, and I'll hunt for like photos that might inspire me. And then, you know, I follow Guways, and he is a digital artist, and he had posted, I wish I could find the original shot. It's one of his earlier ones from like 2020. He had some sort of like just a girl sitting on a rooftop with a dog. And I'm like, fuck, I want to recreate this. So every single thing in this shot I made, with the exception of the dog and the background for the digiorama. So the you know, the foreground.
That dog is from the Devil Toys, isn't it? Right?
Was that? Yeah,
The dog is from the Devil Toys.
Yeah,
Devil Toys.
Yeah, the dog is from Tech 63. So the diorama, the 3D printed parts, I made that shit. The that AC unit, I fucking, you know, threw it up in Tinkercad. I designed that, I printed it. The plant and the cans I bought at a hobby shop. They're like dollhouse props. And then I threw it up there, and it, you know, I probably took like 80 shots just to get this one shot. But I think I mean, I really like this, and I was talking to Johnny, and Johnny's like, dude, this is a vibe. This shot is a vibe, and that's why it's so fucking good. And I'm like, it certainly is, you know. So
the only thing I don't like is the feet.
You go fuck yourself, dude.
Actually, I think Matt, pull up the comment. Johnny commented. It says he doesn't like the feet either. So you know.
You know what's funny though? I purposely did position the feet that way because I remember, I'm like, okay, so if I was sitting on a rooftop that was about like 50 stories high, like how would I be sitting? And the feet are slightly down and angled in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it would emulate not only like, okay, you're high up there, but this guy is confident in sitting in a very high rooftop. So eat shit, Matchu.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
Just kidding. You could also just had hit like 1 foot out a little bit, like you're kicking your feet.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, you know, so I did have like different iterations of this. I tried different poses and I settled on this one. That one waifu shot is a variant of this. So I took the same exact setup. I didn't move the camera or anything. The only thing that I changed was the background and the lighting. And then obviously the subject. But if there's one thing that you guys, it's kind of an Easter egg. Okay, so pull that up.
Not this one, right?
No, not that one. She is go up. So down.
Did I pass it?
Yeah, the waifu, the Megami device. One more. There you go.
Oh, right here.
So okay, so look at the background. right?
Did you reenact this pose too?
I did. I crossed my legs. I tucked it in really deep, and I crossed my legs. But see, so look at the background, right?
Yeah.
And I think the one thing that really sells this image
That's
is
how he was able to cross his legs like that. So
did you fucking pull up a comment from like an hour ago, you son of a bitch? But check this out.
I got a really good memory.
A lot of people don't. So do you see the window in the bottom over there, right?
Yeah.
So that was so that's a piece of acrylic, and then I sprayed it like this like flat navy blue, right? So it's very reflective. What was killing me was that window when I would take the shot, it would like show off light or whatever, and it wasn't realistic. So what I did, I took my phone and so the background is obviously a digirama. I took the same image, I reversed it, I put it on my phone, and then I angled it where it would mirror off of the glass in the front.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so it adds not only like depth but like kind of world building. So I think that's probably why I love this picture so much, because I not only did I do that for this photo, but I did it for Rude Boy's photo as well. And it's that little extra step that you probably wouldn't even think about, but I think like the psychology, like your brain realizes, oh shit, okay, so it's an actual like world. You know what I mean?
Now I dig shots where it's like people set it up so it is like world building, like you're living in the scene. Like, who was it? Lord? We were using Lord Bev's shots.
Lord Bev's,
where it was just like a Star Wars shot, and it was just like movement in a crowd, and it looks like people lived in that city.
Right.
Yeah.
Just the little touches. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the little things that you might gloss over, but there's nothing, dude. It's the littlest thing. There's nothing bigger.
All right. Anything else?
Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah. Matchu, go down a couple. Right there, left, up, left, next to Rude Boys. There you go. Right there. Click on it. Go over a couple more. Click on, yeah. Shout out to Matchutoy for designing this box and fucking dude. This was I think this was our first collab, and
hopefully not our last.
You knocked it out, dude.
Oh wait, so there you go. So you used that photo that you were just talking about for the back of the box. Look at that. Look at that.
It's a 1 of 1. It'll never be recreated, and it went to our dear friend Chamba in Australia. I really do appreciate the little Easter egg you did at the very end with the barcode made in Chicago.
Yeah.
So fucking good, man. There you go.
There you go.
The Chamba made in Chicago.
You're an absolute legend.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It's funny because it's like this came out in like what, a day or two, right? Like you hit me up one night.
We did this shit in legit 3 days. I built the custom, and then I had the idea. I hit you up on a Sunday. I'm like, yo, here's the idea. And you're like, I'll see what I can do. Legit the next morning, you're like, all right, it's at Staples. And I'm like, what? Let me get it too. And you're like, okay, fine.
Yeah, well, because I was gonna make I printed out a copy for myself to make sure that it fit on the box, because the way I designed it is I took like you said that custom is on a Damn Toys figure, and I have the crash test dummy, which is the same box. So I took that box apart and I flattened it out, and I took a picture of it, traced it on Illustrator, so that way I can make a template.
Yeah, dude.
Do you have any of those files, Matt? Can you share those? Can you show the process a little bit?
I don't have the process recorded.
All right.
I think it's on a hard drive. I mean, I'm sure we'll probably end up making another one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we you know what? Let someone do a Jshot. I'll make it custom.
What?
We'll send one to Jshot. Yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
We'll send you one.
Oh, thank you guys. Appreciate that.
It was fun though. This was it's one of those rare moments where you have
it's gotta be turtle theme. It's gotta be turtle theme.
No, you have an idea, right? And then I went and I'm like, okay, who is in my camp that I could like outsource this to? And Machu came to mind, and it's one of those instances where it came out exactly as I had hoped. So,
That's
dude,
an
that Machu,
amazing
that's why
feeling.
you are my ambassador of Quan, baby.
I have the box somewhere in here.
I have.
That's why I've been looking around. I'm like,
You know what's
where is
funny?
it?
I have those boxes printed out, but they're in the sheets, not cut out.
I have the one box that I have as the mock-up. I just don't know where I put it.
You were in a box. I remember you were in a box kick that week too, because you did the like morph box.
Oh yeah,
that was the same week you did the morph box.
Why,
yeah,
that's why I hit him up. He did the morph box. I'm like, yo,
morph
let's
box.
go.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude!
When you have an idea for something, and then you execute it, you don't know who's gonna hit you up. Like something different, you know what I mean?
Dude, it only takes one. It only takes one person to see that shit. But this is my favorite creation of the year because it's so polished. You know what I mean? It looks like a legit figure that you can buy off the shelf.
Mhm.
Which this would be a dream of mine, but like, you know, Chamba's the only one in the world that has this. So
yeah.
Well, what did we learn earlier? It costs between 90 and 110K to get a mold made.
Yeah,
so
all right.
Let's start a GoFundMe. Yeah, let's start a GoFundMe.
Kickstarter coming soon.
Kickstarter. There we go.
Between two Sentinel builds, brings you a Kickstarter.
Oh man, do you remember? Because we didn't back the Sentinel, so
No,
we were like,
no.
what if we get it printed? And I was like,
yeah,
I'm not.
I think no. And then we were like negotiating for the Sentinel because you were like, what if I make a print armor and you could just put your son in it? Because my son was like 2 or 3 at the time, and I was like, it's actually probably bigger scale. It's probably more accurate, Matt. Like we should totally do that. You know, like I bought that hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, I was in. So, Toy Rensu wants to know if he kept it mint in box.
No, he opened it.
He
ripped into it.
I hope he ripped into it. Matt's like crying, watching it. Yeah.
No, did we tell him not to rip into it?
Yeah, you did. You're like, don't rip into it. Super chat.
Yeah, we were tracking it too, like to the door. And we were like, he might be on Chat Migos and he might get it on the stream. So how did that happen? How did you, like, this is our last topic. How did you get on Chat Migos?
I think Jesse was taking a break, and then Cheney just hit me up and is like, yo, do you want to fill in? I think at the time it was for one episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I went on and I fucking crushed it. And then he's like, oh, you gotta stay on. Full-time employee. So
Full-time.
Yeah. But no, I really think it's because like I talk to Chamba daily. Chamba is, you know, not only like are we bouncing ideas off of each other, but he's also like telling me not to buy shit. He's like, you don't need this, man. He's like, you really don't need this. He's like, lock it up. And then
we need a friend like that.
Yeah, exactly. I need a disabler in my life. And then,
disabler.
Surprisingly, you were my disabler on the first day of Comic-Con.
Yo, no, you know what? Machu, I realize I talk you off the ledge more times than I enable you on shit. I'm like, no, dude, you don't need that shit, bro.
So wait,
look at this instead.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's back up here. You're talking off the ledge, and I'm talking off the ledge. Matchu, get the fuck away from all these ledges, dude.
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
Away, bro. Step back. Five steps back.
A squirrel.
Yeah.
Squirrel. No, seriously, it's like you went to B&H the other day. I'm like, what? No, why? What are you at B&H? You don't need that shit. And then you're like, all right, I bought the ZV one. I'm like, all right.
I'm not even using it like I thought I would.
I also love this idea though of Mario, of you like us filming a video of we'll have Cheney on one side of the room and Kevin on the other side, and you'll be in the middle. We'll have them both calling you like a dog and see which one you go to.
Yeah, dude. All right, let's go.
It's me on the
Oh,
ledge.
that would be great. Yeah.
It's Matchu sitting on the ledges.
My enabler contract is up, so I am a free agent. I'm just waiting for somebody to make the offer. Either I go with Toy Migos or stay with Kevin. So
or maybe you come here. Maybe you just make a total switch. So
I don't know if you guys can afford me, but
we can't afford you. We don't have the numbers. We don't have the numbers.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Once our lawyers come back to us with that suit.
Right. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, I forgot about that.
We'll have different numbers.
We'll have different and your other podcast. Well, yes.
Yeah, dude.
Oh. All right. Well, I mean, Bearded's got it going. Bearded, we are the unhinged crew is in full effect tonight. So I mean, yeah. So talking about all your podcasts, let's go around the room, do our little wrap up. Where can everybody find you?
Yeah. Oh, am I going?
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're taking my place already?
Yeah.
You can find me on 796 Studios on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Vero, not Twitch, YouTube. You can catch me on the first Tuesday of every week on Yoko's channel, where we might be playing some games. You can catch me on the first Thursday of every month on Toying Around's channel, Unboxing Thursday, Enablers Edition. You can catch me on the first Tuesday of every week on Toy Migos channel, Chat Migos, Assemble. You can catch me on Mike's channel, High School Creations, The Build. Most importantly, Plasty, you can always find me in your hearts. Peace.
That was impressive. That was impressive. I'll give you that.
You could find me here in between two Sentinels. I will be on Customs by Matchu stream in about half an hour.
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
For the
I should probably go eat.
Yeah, you haven't. You better go eat.
I just don't eat before stream. I don't know why.
You better go eat, dude. Go eat right now. Wendy's.
Go eat.
Wendy's.
Yeah. I don't even have my own channels. I'm just on Matt's, so you can just find me here too. It's fine. That's
Where's
fine.
your Sentinel?
Well, I don't know. My Sentinels.
You in between them?
They're on the floor. They're on the floor. They're tying up my ankles. That's why I got to stand. So I got my feet all bent in weird positions. It's weird, Johnny. Why are you doing that? So, yeah, you guys find me here. I don't know. It's Matt always says it's not about the numbers, but I'm like 12 people away from breaking 1,000. So if you're not following me,
let's go.
Come on. Let's hit 1,000 before the new year. All right, man. So Matt, take me off the big screen. You got the little. Take me off the big screen.
I'm sorry.
So thank you, Mario. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're way over, but it was a lot of fucking fun. So
yeah,
really appreciate that. And thank you to everybody who hung out with us in the chats. This is probably the most active the chats have been. And again, we can't say thank you enough. This has been a lot of fun, and love seeing this. I know that we're supposed to say subscribe and like and go do all that stuff. Rentu, Bearded, thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you on the next one next week. Remember, giving away our Mum Ra figure from Super 7 from Chubsy Wubsy Toys. So make sure you sign up there. And yes, let's let everybody know this was not witchcraft. We just each had, yeah. We'll show everybody the magic. We actually each had our own. So this has been awesome.
That's actually
guys.
my hand. That's not Mario's hand. That's my hand. That's the sorcery.
That's the sorcery. Invoke the dark arts. All right. Thank you guys again. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
See ya.